Wow. Boy, it's all over the place. Tried to put my headphones on because that's what I use my mic for, my headphones and my phone. And then I accidentally clicked the call button, so then it just sent my phone all sorts of crazy, and so I had to reset everything. Put the mic back in. No, I didn't mute myself. I was having issues trying to, because my earbuds have like that call button where you can answer it or place a call, and I accidentally bumped that, putting it into my ear, and then my phone just went nuts. So I had to just close it all down, plug my headphones back into it, get StreamYard back up on my phone, get into the studio. Sorry about that. I was doing some searching last night, and because Amazon has a lot of them Black Friday deals, so I looked up a studio microphone. That way I can be done with this muting myself again. I can be done with having these kind of issues. And I'm even looking into like this device that can add applause and cheer and 4 different voice modes and, you know, all that stuff. So whenever we got some breaking news, bomb information, jokes, all sorts of stuff, I can have all sorts of little audio stuff at the push of a button. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I think it'd be neat. Shit's so expensive though. Let's see, you fell asleep waiting for us, Kelt. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was gonna get on this afternoon, but I slept in, and then I was making that first video I made, that short video where I don't even know how to link it up with the shorts thing or whatever, so I just called it a highlight. But it was a highlight of the stalker bicycle theory that we came up with last night. Hey Jen, hey Phantom. Nice to see you guys in here, thanks. That's what Kelt is, he's jokes. You must behave, Jen says. Damn, look at chat. Look at chat, settle down, y'all. I am feeling toasty. Yeah, I did too, man. I had to shut my heat down a little bit. I was like, woo, getting steamy. Jen says, I'm always nice and you're always toasty. Now, just some, I don't know. I've been trying to use my phone because it kind of makes it easier so I can kind of do my mouse clicking and stuff on my laptop, and then I can use my phone to highlight the comments and hit the mute and all that other stuff. But I don't know. Hopefully, I'm thinking about this microphone. I might get it. You just got holidays coming up. You know, everything's so damn expensive anymore. Hell, the creamer I used to get for my coffee, I used to get like this really good French vanilla creamer because I love French vanilla creamer. And I used to get this creamer like for years. And get the big ones, you know, the big containers, you know. And then it started, once the prices started going up midsummer, late summer, I'm like, damn, this bottle of creamer that used to be like $5 is now like 12. Like, shit. So then I started getting like the smaller bottle of the French vanilla, and then I'd get like the bigger container of the regular creamer that was, you know, like $3 or something at your Walmart neighborhood market. And then I would mix them, you know, get a little bit of the French vanilla and a little bit of the shit creamer, just because of the cost of everything. And then it's to the point now where it's like I can't feel right spending that much money for fucking French vanilla creamer. I'm like, damn. So I just started liking the regular non-flavored shit. Even that shit's getting expensive now. Freaking ridiculous. It's like almost 3 times the price it used to be. It's like, damn. I can't stop drinking coffee. I love it. Especially when I'm sitting back doing this. A little toasty drink. Maybe I should switch to hot cocoa instead. I don't know. It's probably just expensive anymore. How are you guys doing tonight? I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Got to spend time with family and friends and your loved ones. I found a drone over Nice. Yeah, okay. Can you send me the link, Phantom? EvilleCJ@gmail.com. I have a lot of emails to go. Hey, Scottish Queen, hold on a second. We've had a lot of breaking news banners lately, but it's just because of press conferences. I hope everything's going good. I hope your health is on the ups. Spirits too. I love seeing you hop in here. I just want to let you know that. Rum and eggnog for Phantom. Cheers. Cheers. Kip Kitty, go buy the mic. I mean, it was only like $50 on Amazon. It was like 4.8 stars. It has like the little thing that you can clip on the desk, the little stand, you know, the bendable stand, because they had all those microphones that sit in front of you. But I'm like, if I try and lean into the mic all the time, my back's going to be killing me at the end of a 3 or 4 hour show. So I was like, no, I need to look for the ones that have like the stand, you know, that you can like pull it to you. And it's got like that little filter thing in front of it, so it catches all the and little like applause and, you know, like clapping, and then you got the ooh, you got the gunshots and the bomb sound. 4 different voice features that you can change your voice on the fly. So you're like, you know, you get that's some bomb information, you know, just some crazy ass shit. I don't know though. It's hard pulling the trigger on that shit. I feel all good. I've just been tired this week. I know. Well, we've had a few good episodes, and I know they're long replays because they're like 3 or 4 hours long. You know, I get that. But we came out with a really good theory last night on this this report of a stalker on a bicycle. And I didn't even catch this until I was making the short clip that I threw up there on YouTube. So if you don't mind, go hit a like on that, please. It's my first one. Sorry if the production's not all that up to par, but you know, I'm doing with what I can work with. And yeah, I didn't notice it before that. If we went back, we'll go ahead and replay that episode a little bit, right where they were kind of talking about that report. Just kind of anybody that didn't see it last night, they can kind of see just a couple minutes of what we're talking about. I caught before that there was another report that happened during their show the night before. So I figure we'll just check out that couple minute section of that video just to rewatch it again, and then we'll kind of get into some other stuff. It's going to be an on the fly kind of night. Slept in today. Did a little bit of cleaning. Some emails I had to go through. And then I didn't even realize, and I want to say to ATS News, like, I appreciate the hard work even more, because when I was making this not even 15-minute clip, it literally took me like 2 hours to try and like get the time and the splice right, and you know, and it ain't even much for what I put up there a little bit ago on YouTube. Sorry if you guys thought I was live. I didn't mean to do that. I was just putting up a video. I didn't know how it was going to happen or what. I didn't even think people would get notified that the video was put up. I don't know how it works, but I had some people saying they thought I was live, so I apologize about that. But yeah. So yeah, I just want to say, like, man, the how long it takes to edit stuff, and the amount of work and all that involved that it takes. I appreciate ATS News even more for what she provides for us. So I want to throw her link up there real quick. I know everybody follows her pretty much in here, but for anybody on replay that watches it, or that is new or doesn't follow her, you should definitely give her a follow. Always great. Thank you, Kelt. I appreciate that. Sorry. See. Yeah, we all missed you, Scottish. We were like, where is she? Yeah. It's all good though. We are all happy. Everybody. I love this little atmosphere bubble we got, everybody. It's so peaceful, it's so positive, it's so loving, it's so open arms, it's so just aware. And I appreciate that so much, because that's all we're trying to do. There's too much hate and negativity out there. We need to rise above it and just become better people. All right, let me click over. All right, so I think I saved it to my show folder, but we're gonna watch a couple minutes of that, and then, whoops, not my freaking podcast library here. Because what is on my short clip doesn't include what I caught when I was making it. So where'd you go? And I did want to watch that crime talk. There was some more crime talk about Delphi. But I definitely got to check out that link with that drone. And then Jen, I know you sent me a bunch of emails, and I need to check those too. So it's not in that folder. It must be in my U of I folder here. right here. All right, we're gonna pause this. Da 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 da. I'm gonna turn the music down. We're gonna start diving into this shit. Thank you everybody for joining. All right, now let's get back over to this. I believe it was somewhere. Let me see here. That was closing arguments. I think it was before. Where was it at? I know he was talking to that. Oh, there it is, somewhere right here. All right, so we're gonna go back to. Let's go right to here. I think it was somewhere. Okay, so this is where you always miss Scottish Queen. That's why we put breaking news when you come in. Because I was like, gosh, when was it last night? It was like 2 hours into the stream or something, and I'm like, where's she at? Like, I know she likes to wait a half an hour or 45 minutes after the stream starts to hop in because she's got to have that breaking news. I was like, wow, this is weird. Okay, I think this is the crime or the report that was during their show. So this might be old stuff here. Let me just kind of...
Suspicious activity in the 600 block of Blaine Street. A female caller informed the dispatcher...
No. This is... Yeah, this is... Okay. So there's way more to this than I even...
Let me begin with the Blaine
Street here we go.
Incident that we're...
All right, Blaine Street incident.
That happened last night. Okay, there's a...
Hey, Savage, man. How you doing, man? Hop over to YouTube if you're able to. Hell, come have a listen while you're doing your games and stuff, man. You're more than welcome to hop in here. All right, let's... Vinny's the best. He cares so much.
On it, and everything becomes a little bit bigger and a little bit scarier. Let me begin with the Blaine Street incident that happened last night. Okay, there's a release from the Moscow police. I'm going to read part of it for you. Just before 5:15 p.m. last night, that's in the middle of our show, 911 received a call reporting suspicious activity in the 600 block of Blaine Street. A female caller informed the dispatcher that she saw a male in the front passenger seat of her vehicle when she opened the car door. The female who...
Now, I remember them talking about it, but I didn't catch that it happened I didn't catch it happened the night before. So this is like right now.
Was with her, slammed the car door and ran screaming from the car and called 911. Multiple neighbors heard the girl screaming and came to assist. They checked the area. They didn't find anyone. The neighbors told responding officers that they had not seen anyone in or exit the vehicle. A passerby informed the sisters of seeing a male chasing them and left before speaking with the officers. They were unable to confirm these details, and the officer was unaware of this information during the time of the call. Police checked the area. Officers contacted a male matching the description, but learned he and a friend had just returned from a restaurant. And the male approached the sisters to help. The male withdrew and waited to talk with the officers when accused of being involved in all of this. Let me go right out to Court TV legal correspondent Chanley Painter, joining us live tonight from Moscow, Idaho, in front of the Mad Greek restaurant where two of the victims, Xana and Madison, worked. Chanley, great to see you tonight. This incident last night is taking place while we're on the air talking about what happened inside that house. What more do we know?
Yeah, that's right. It really does speak to this community on edge. And Vinny, as soon as we noticed that alert go out after your show, the Moscow Police Department immediately reposted this alert saying it didn't happen. It was unfounded report. But today they released what you just read, new information, more details to explain their really quick post last night. And here's what more we've learned from the Moscow Police Department about that Blaine Street incident. It says, based on their knowledge at the time, officers closed the incident as unfounded. This term is used to close an incident that cannot be initially substantiated. However, if additional information is obtained, the incident can be reopened. It goes on to say online reports created immediate speculation that implied there was a link to this incident with the ongoing homicide investigation. We urge residents to remain alert.
Hey, baby bottom, hop over to YouTube. How you doing tonight? Nice to see you hopping in here. And by the way, let me throw her link up here real quick. If you're a gamer and you're on Twitch, let me see. I gotta go into my folder here. 1 second. Let's see. I know I put it somewhere. I'll have to get it up. I know it's somewhere. But yeah, if you're a gamer on Twitch, go give her a follow as well. She just started out.
And vigilant. Additionally, we remind the public and media that investigative releases of information will be through official channels. It has been a constant fight for these authorities to redirect to official releases as rumors, speculation, and misinformation seem to abound in the community. But it does say they have actually given more details that this possibly could have happened. But I want to take a at the locations here. You know, I'm here in downtown Moscow, about 5 or 6 minutes from the crime scene, a 5 or 6 minute drive from the crime scene, as you mentioned, Vinny. But let's look at a map where that crime scene is located and where this street incident is alleged to, the 600 block of Blaine Street. It's about 1.8 miles distance between the two, not far at all. I mean, everything here in Moscow, such a small town, is not a far drive at all. And of course, there is no traffic in this town of around 27,000 people, especially with those nearly 11,000 students home for fall break, not here on campus, Vinny. Now, the father of those two girls involved in this incident released a statement today, and this was added to the officer's press release. The father says, in this Thanksgiving season, the family thanks God for protecting the girls, the neighbors, for how quickly they came out to assist the girls in their distress, and the Moscow Police Department for a quick and professional response last night. We appreciate their desire to help provide clarification, but still not a lot of clarification ultimately, Vinny, because they still say it's a closed incident. It was unfounded. It could be reopened, and they still don't clearly say it's not connected in any way to the homicides.
But to me, it's part of everything that's happening. Everyone is absolutely on edge because this case is unsolved. A lot of talk about the skinned dog incident. What have we found out about that, and what are investigators saying about that one?
Yeah. That
Okay.
dog not far from.
And I'll correct that post. But how many people really think that the skin dog is involved? Because I thought it was like a 50-50 or something. Here, let's see. Let's remove that. Remove that. There we go. And let me throw up savages as well. But I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about these animals being involved. Because I feel like if that was part of it, then that would be something that, wouldn't that have been something that they would have done like a really long time ago? Because that's how they start out. Like, this dude's already, he's not gonna, I don't know, I just don't feel like he's gonna go skin an animal and then like the next night go take out 4 people. Yeah, we're talking about the University Idaho, the 4 college students. we talk about a lot of stories, Baby Bottom. We talk about a lot of stories. We even talk about, crazy shit, ghost hauntings and all sorts of stuff. But we usually leave that stuff for like the Fridays and Saturday shows. But during the weekdays, we mostly like to dig into the true crime stuff and kind of have like a brain stew where we all can kind of like, because there's not a lot of information out there, or they don't put out a lot of information anymore. And so a lot of things don't make sense. And what we like to do is we like to have like a brain stew community that we can kind of try and like help things make sense, if that makes sense. But it's nice to see you. And yeah, hop on YouTube, and then you should be able to, I don't think they can see your comments here in YouTube, but I know that you can see theirs, I think. But if you get on YouTube, then you're able to really be able to do everything involved with it. So. I think the skinned dog is sick, but serial killers easy. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, they start out with it. So, I mean, I know that there's some weird shit going on, and I don't even know if it's maybe frat, because I don't know if it's frat party stuff. That's some really sadistic frat party shit going on. But I don't know. I was never in a frat or at frat parties. I was in a different scene. So would they have skinned the dog in the house? I don't know. Phantom thinks it's related. Kel, I'm having a hard time coming to any conclusion that I'm willing to bet on with true crime in general. Seems what police tell us just flips. Yeah, I know. That's why I don't know. I think that that theory we came up with last night, I think that is linked to all this stuff. Scottish Queen, Jen K, I agree. In a place with students, I'm going to guess it's separate and some young. Yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards, guys. Like, I'm leaning towards maybe it's another one that's in grooming. I don't know. I don't know. The more I think about it today, the more I think it. I don't know if it's necessarily related. I just wanted to see where you guys were at today. Because I know, like, last night it was 50-50. The night before it seemed like it could be, it's always changing. I just wanted to see where you guys are at. Because the more I think about it, the more I think it's not.
From this quadruple stabbing death, Vinny made headlines, of course, and almost went viral.
Exactly, Jen. There was a dog in the house, didn't have anything wrong with it. Didn't even make a ruckus. So, and then when they were talking about this skinned dog, they were talking about a neighbor, and the neighbor had made a statement that his dog, at around the same time that the family said that their dog was hurt, this neighbor stated that at around the same time his dog was in distress. So he must have been whimpering or running around back and forth. His dog probably heard the sounds of the other dog, and the sounds of the other dog, the neighbor's dog would know, okay, those are sounds, they're dogs. They know when it's a hurt sound and a playful sound and a mean sound. They know all those sounds. So I'm thinking that's why his dog was kind of in distress and maybe whimpering and pacing around and stuff, because he could low-key hear it even though the neighbor couldn't, because it's a different frequency. So don't you think that something with the dog that was at the residence of the college students, right? Something would have, see, not sure that link shows up. Whoever it was, the dog knew them. Exactly, Scottish Queen. Exactly, because they would have caused a ruckus. Something would have happened, and if nothing happened, then they would have did something to the dog, and nothing was done to the dog. So it just doesn't make sense. It's easy to get on an idea and find evidence to back it up. The key is not to form any ideas and look at all the evidence before making any conclusions. That's true. That is true. There's just so much.
Shooting down any relation between that and this incident, but the Daily Mail on November 20th actually reported this in their publication, saying that meanwhile, local sleuths on Facebook have connected the killings to the story of a man who found his neighbor's dog skinned alive just 2 miles away.
1 second here, Kelt. Let me make you a mod, and then you can post the links. It's just easier for me to get the links that you want me to show on stream. It's just easier for me to get them in Gmail or Twitter. So if you're able to do Gmail or Twitter, but let me make you a mod here, and then you can go ahead and post them. There you go, buddy. Scottish Queen. You deserve it too. Phantom. There you go. Where's Kib Kitty? She's been in here since the beginning too. Let's see. Am I forgetting anybody? Yeah, you're welcome. Just try not to go link crazy, bro. And please, if there's something you want me to play on the stream, it's a lot easier for me to get it off of Gmail or Twitter. I'd probably prefer Twitter right now because my Gmail inbox is like a garbage can.
From where they were last seen. So that again increased the anxiousness of this community. Not only the skinned dog, but also there was another weird animal killing weeks before this dog. Well, the authorities here, the Moscow PD PIO, answered that question and put it to rest. Let's watch.
Apparently there's a report of a skinned animal, skinned dog, and so our detective.
Yeah. Let's just get to this previous
aware of that, and that
thing that I really wanted to get to.
So
BB, if you're in here still, this is kind of what we're discussing here. This little report.
So authorities don't believe that incident has anything to do with this homicide. People still believe it may, though, here, as you know, in communities, with something so odd, bizarre, weird, and just...
Is that, Kelt, is that what you want me to... Is that a link you want me to put up for the show, or is that just a... Let me see, Cops Probe link.
Evil happening so close to where these murders took place.
Now, there was something else that came out very early in the investigation. I remember it was posted. There was a vandal alert. Now, the vandal, the University of Idaho, they're known as the Vandals. So there was an alert sent out on September 12th. What was that alert about? And again, this is 2 months before the murders.
Yeah, this is Vandal Nation. You can, for signs all over town saying Vandal Strong. Now, that's the slogan after this quadruple homicide. But yes, about a month before, in September, a concerned parent shared an email alert, this Vandal alert from September with Fox News Digital. Here's what the alert said. It said a group of students were threatened by a man with a knife on Paradise Path. The suspect was described as a white male, 18 to 22, wearing black clothes and a black baseball cap. No one was harmed. Well, this rumor, this theory, this supposed relationship between that, maybe with this homicide, came up at a press conference and the chief of police addressed it. Let's watch.
Oh yeah, we'll look at it.
September 12th, there was a vandal alert.
We'll be getting into that a little bit later tonight.
Threat on Paradise Path. Does this have any connection with what we've seen so far? Not that we know of it, but we're following up every lead.
Dude, are you crazy? Come on, man. It has to. It has to.
Piece of information we get, we are following up to ensure that nothing has gone unturned. There was a vandal alert that was
Two wearing black clothes and a black baseball cap. No one
It has to.
was harmed.
Sorry if I'm
Well,
yelling.
This
I need a new mic.
rumor, this theory, this supposed relationship between that, maybe with this homicide,
It has
came up
to.
at a press conference, and the chief of police addressed it. Let's watch.
on September 12th. There was a vandal alert that was sent out about a potential stabbing threat on Paradise Path. Does this have any connection with what we've seen so far? Not that we know of it, but we're following up every lead. Every piece of information we get, we are following up to ensure that
It has to.
nothing
Come on.
has gone unturned. We want to have the individual identified, who is the suspect of this eventually. So we are literally looking into every aspect of everything.
That's their typical answer for everything. You know? All right. I just wanted to play that little snippet real quick. Alright. So let's see what I got in my inbox here. I'm gonna hit up that Oregon stuff a little later tonight, Kel. Let me copy that link real quick, and then I will save that for when we get into that one. Just 1 second here. Shoot. Alright, so let me save that one. Okay. Please make sure you like the video as well, it helps. And alright, let me go to my inbox here. Idaho, let's see here. Idaho breaking news, Idaho street homicide. Is that one new, Jen? It's bias research and it happened. I'm working on my master's. Oh, nice. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 emails. Okay. So I'll just go to the ones from today here. Are you talking about some from last night too? Most are new. There are a few old ones. I thought the ex-boyfriend who shared custody of the dog that the two girls were phoning before the murders is a good suspect. Yeah, I mean, it would make sense because it's their dog. I mean, wouldn't it makes sense about not the dog not causing a ruckus if they knew the person. Police have said that they don't believe, but they're exploring all possibilities. So it's like, I don't think they're calling him cleared, but they're saying they don't think he's involved. All right, I'll just go ahead and go to the latest one here. Ex-boyfriend. We'll see what it says. Paste and go. All right, CDA stand class. 8th grader. What? All right, this is the latest link you sent me, Jen. Hey, ATS News, happy Thanksgiving. see here. Okay, I sent 2 emails. The second has all the links from the first and a few more. Jen K, I was trying to explain that in a Delphi group, that it's better to see both sides and bias and see all evidence before you say someone is. Exactly, we have to be aware of what we say on these platforms. It's, you know what I mean? It's totally 100%. Because anybody can come on here. It's just like those commercials, you know, where somebody says, just because you read it on Google doesn't mean it's true. Right? And it's the same way with our shows. We have, yes. It's Scottish Queen is spot on. You just have to be aware of what you say. Let's see, I sent 2 emails. Okay, so the second one I need to check then. Okay. Sorry, I have so many emails, it makes it. So this is a middle schooler. Let's go to the second email. Info, multiple cases. Wow, okay. I'm going to show off. ATS, I want to say, like, with how long it took to make my freaking little short video, props to you for all the time. I didn't realize it was that much time. My gosh. After 2 hours, I was like, whew. And I don't even think I did that good with it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Look at this. Jen, thank you. I don't know how I'm supposed to go through. Man, you're trying to make my shows go like 6 hours, aren't you? You want them 6-hour shows, don't you? That is so cool, though, that you're going to school for that. I don't think they are related. Hey, it's all good. It's the brain stew, right? Not spoken to you. I need to throw up the link. And then if you're not following, please. Superb content right there. Yeah, but I had to throw up that little theory real quick, because it's like we just watched the press conference and you know, the Court TV again thing from last night, and they specifically asked right after it got done, and then it kind of kept playing into the press conference, and they specifically asked, like, is this stalker case related? And it's like, just, you know, the copy and paste answers, and it's like, come on, it has to be. Like, if you break it down, it has to be. But of course, that's speculation, because it's my concept. Maybe I kind of make it. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Jen. All right. Yeah, this is the... Wow. Look at this. Just throw a piece of paper in front of my face and say go. All right, let's see here. This is the Nantucket murder. Laundry's parents denied that. Wow, it's on all sorts of stuff. The article is really old. Let's see here. Delphi. So these are Idaho updates. Shoot, I need my glasses. Where'd my glasses go? Oh no, where'd my glasses go? Shit. That's hard to read. I'm squinting here. These sites, let's see. So let me see here. Moscow, Salem connection, Robinson. Oh my gosh. Jen, you seriously don't have to do all that work. Oh my gosh. Oregon, Michael Vaughn, grandson. Shoot. My gosh. Wow. Okay, I'm going to click on this one here first and see what it does. Jen. Okay, how do I hate these things that block half the screen. What the hell? Detectives are looking To develop context for the events, people involved in the 4 murders at 1112 King Road in Moscow, Indiana, Idaho. Anyone who observed notable behavior has or video surveillance or can provide relevant information about these murders, please contact. Summary. Kel. Oh my gosh. Jen is just a crazy kid in the ex-boyfriend's class, was stabbed multiple times in middle school and his mom talked to the news. Wow. EvilleCJ, they will be on your head. I'm always looking for my glasses. I think they're in my book bag. Because I took off last night. I think they're in my book bag. Let me see. They will be on... I won't be... It wasn't a lot of work. I told you I would look it up on my phone. I got you. So let me see here. So this is basically just a summary of what took place, the times. Is that it about that? All right, let me click the next one here. Civil alerts. Providing the information. Let's see. Blaine Street. Okay, that's the video that we watched on Court TV. Let's see here. $3 p.m. Sunday, November. Okay, we went through that. Okay, we heard about that. 8:28. Cell phone used to call 911 belonging to one of them due to the. Wait, when are these updates? Oh, it just gets older and older as we're scrolling down. Okay, 1 second here. No, we're going through them, Jen. I appreciate it. What is this? I don't even have whatever to follow. Let's see. Okay, so that's... Okay, we did that press conference. Okay, those are a couple days old. All right, let me go to the next one here. Let's see here. Okay, so we'll save the Delphi and the Salem stuff because we're definitely going to be getting into both of those later. All right, let me go to my other emails here. Okay, that's some of the same links there. It says FedEx, FedUp, Colorado shooter. Okay, so is that about the club? Colorado shooters, FedUp, Texas, something. That must be about the Colorado shooting. We can probably get into that in the next day or two. Let me see here. Sorry about this, guys. Moscow info. Alright, we'll see what this link is here. Yeah, the documentary on the Watts case. I can't wait. Nice. I'm gonna have to check the group page. I just threw up that that little short highlight there, and I had to take a break from the computer. I was like, dang, that took 2 hours. I watched an interview with the Colorado mass shooter's father in that situation, but the interview was I was really upset, and it actually made, and the thing is, the father had nothing to do with the non-binary. Wow. What's non-binary? What is that? Detectives are looking, let's see, 23rd. Okay, that's all right. Yeah, I have so much Delphi stuff we haven't even got to that I've saved over the last week just because we don't have time. Yeah, it's like I just have a hard time trying to fit everything in. Let's see here. We didn't even get to Quentin Simon's stuff yesterday either. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to hit the subscription list here real quick. And see if we have any up-to-the-minute updates on anything that we're checking out here before we start digging into stuff here. Thank you so much, ATS. The guy was tweaking on something. What, the father? Non-binary. Okay. Oh, the shooter. Okay, I thought you were saying that the father. Scottish Queen. She's in such a good mood today. I love it. Hopefully that means that you're feeling a little better, and that's why you're so peppery today. See, stage steps. Man, did everybody have some good food today? I hope everybody had a good time with all their family and friends. I gotta get on some Xbox. Maybe tonight I will after the show's done. Get on some Xbox. Kel, we gotta rally the troops for some Jackbox games some night where we can all play Trivia Murder Party on Twitch and Jackbox. We need to rally them, get them all together so we can do this. And they got a game. You should have a stylus though, because there's a game on Jackbox that we can play together. It's called Teed Off, and you make like funny sayings, and then it has like a suggestion button, so it'll say like draw a picture of this, and then you draw the picture, and then I think it's like 3 pictures you draw, and then you get like 2 minutes to draw the picture or something. So they're funny, and then you get like 3 minutes to come up with different phrases or funny sayings or something, and it can give you suggestions and stuff. You can be as 18 plus as you want, because my streams are 18 plus, so it can even be, funny shit. And then it's funny because like people vote, and then it like makes t-shirts, and then at the end of it you can even like click on a link to buy the t-shirt that you made. It's so cool. Maybe I'll do that. Play a little advertisement for the Jackbox games. 10 people in here and only 2 nights. Wow. Oh, hey, Amy. How you doing tonight? Sorry. Let me see. Let me scroll back through chat here. Well, I'm glad you had some good food, Amy. No, I just... no, just regular today. I just stayed home this holiday, so I'm just by myself. Let's see here. I was at the... Don't diss my like. Wow, thank you guys. I appreciate that. I'm serious, so we all gotta play Jack. You know what? Hold on. I'm not even gonna look at my sub list real quick. We're gonna look up Jackbox Party Pack. Alright. This is one of them. So let me throw up my Twitch link here because it's so much fun. Let me see, where's my Twitch link? I gotta get my own links out because I don't usually have them out. Let's see. My socials. Alright, here's my Twitch link. There we go. Alright. So, how it works is, and you only have to follow me if you want to type in the chat. Alright? You can follow me. I just have it on follow only chat because there's so many bots in Twitch. So I just have to shut it off so I'm not constantly deleting bot comments and stuff. So you only have to follow me if you want to type in chat. But you'll want to have like Twitch up. Most people will have the Twitch app on their TV. And so you'll want to have the Twitch app on whatever you can use to watch the show. All right. And then you want to use like a phone, a computer, a tablet, some kind of mobile device. And that's how you participate in the game. And so you'll have it on your screen and you'll click the link jackbox.tv and it'll open up in your web browser, so you don't need to download anything for Jackbox, nothing. You just have your web browser open. You click on the jackbox.tv link, okay, and then it'll take you to a little part and it'll say put your name in and then put the room code in. And so for each new game there's a new room code. And so I give you my room code. It automatically takes you to where you can pick your character and who you're going to be in the game. And then you're basically using your mobile device to participate in the game. And then that's how you participate. And then your little character will actually show up on the screen and everything. Yeah, I think what I'll do is, because there's a way that I can shut off as many ads as possible on my Twitch, because I do get a decent amount of money from that side when it comes to the commercials that run off the streams and stuff when I am streaming this. Not even that decent money. It's like $60 a month, but it's still better than nothing. But I think there's a way that I can shut as many ads off as possible, and then but anytime that I've streamed it on Twitch before, it's always been a blast and everybody's been able to play it no problem, even with, because the ads usually when you're playing that are just like 5 seconds and there might be 1 or 2 or something like that. So I'm going to play this video and you can kind of have an idea of, I have 2 of them. I have the Jackbox Party Pack 3 and then number 6. And then these are the games that are in each one of them. So this is the first one. Trivia Murder Party is the best. They got 1 and 2 on
the Jackbox Party Pack was cute. The Jackbox Party Pack 2 was sophisticated.
I say.
But the Jackbox Party Pack 3 is
insane. Jackbox Party Pack 3 is crammed with 5 spleen-splitting party games. The death-defying quiz show, Trivia Murder Party. Match wits with the trivia-obsessed killer. The brain-battering guessing game, Guespionage. Deductive reasoning. The explosive t-shirt slugfest, TKO. Battle your custom t-shirts to the death. The down and dirty game for liars, Faking It. Catch your friends in embarrassing lies. And the nitro-burning sequel, Quiplash 2. User-generated content. Play with up to 8 players using this, or one of these. Plus an audience of up to 10,000 can play along. It's the Jackbox Party Pack 3.
So that's the first one. And Cherry's been in one before. She knows how it works and how it's played and everything. And I'm telling you, it's so much fun. And I know Kelt really wants to do it. So if we can get a night where everybody would be able to kind of hang out and would like to play Jackbox games instead of talk true crime or something, I think it would be really cool. Just have like a night where we all just hang out and play trivia together.
Relax. Take a deep breath. Visualize all 5 new party games in the Jackbox Party Pack 6.
The popular Trivia Deathmatch returns with Trivia Murder Party 2. Fight for your life in bizarre new mini-games. Still not relaxed? How about the Offbeat Personality Test Role Models? Find out who you really are. The comedy contest Joke Boat. Perform stand-up comedy on a cruise ship. The inventive word game Dictionarium. Build your own nonsensical dictionary. And the hidden identity game Push the Button. Unmask the aliens before time runs out. Play with up to 10 people using your phones as controllers. Plus, an audience of 10,000 can play along. It's the Jackbox Party Pack 6. Find your inner party.
Yeah, I heard that, Kel. Like, I seen that, like, the Apple Store's going crazy or something. What are they doing? Like, protesting or something over there? But those are the Jackbox games, so whenever you guys would like to, let me know. We'll schedule a night if you guys want. Yeah, I seen something on the news about that. The iPhone factory or something like that. And this is a good stream too. I'll go ahead and throw her link up there as well. Allegedly with Brittany J. She's awesome. So definitely go follow her if you're into the true crime stuff as well. She does really good content. Let me see here. Eastside. Man, all that food it's making me hungry. Finally going to fight. The workers are pissed over the draconian COVID policies. Really? 6.6 million? What? So what's why they're having a COVID outbreak over there, Kel? What the hell's going on?
Still remain unanswered.
While investigators in Moscow, Idaho continue to work feverishly to find those responsible for the stabbing deaths of 4 University of Idaho students, that crime, of course, has kept the college town on edge.
Okay, so does that have something with the video I was playing last night about the triple-demic? Is there another COVID coming?
And now the university is stepping in to try to put students at ease who are finishing out the semester still. News Nation correspondent Robert Sherman joining us live with the latest on this investigation now. Robert.
Hey there, Natasha. And the big questions still remain unanswered. We do not have a suspect in this case. Investigators have not been able to find a murder weapon, and they don't even have a motive as to why all this took place. Even so, officials insist they're making progress.
The investigation into the killings near the University of Idaho's campus that left 4 students dead heads into the Thanksgiving break. Investigators say they are determined to find answers.
This is our highest priority. It will remain our highest priority. We owe that to the families.
want to do like a wine night? Like, let's just do a wine night.
Just weeks ago, the 5 roommates were getting into the festive spirit, impersonating one another and posting the videos to TikTok.
Murphy, you look so cute. Get out of here. You seriously gotta get out.
But 3 of the 5 were killed. Madison Mogan, Kaylee Gonsalves, and Zana Kernodle. Kernodle's boyfriend, Ethan Chapin, spent the night and was also murdered. Investigators say they were all likely stabbed in their sleep. 2 roommates apparently slept through the whole ordeal, according to officials. Upon waking up the next morning, they first called their friends over to the house for help, believing one of the victims had just passed out. Then they called 911. That's when police discovered the 4 bodies. Tips have come forward claiming that Kaylee Gonsalves had a stalker, but officials say they have not been able to substantiate that.
Detectives have been looking into that, and to this point have been unable to corroborate the statement, although we continue to seek information and tips regarding that report.
In the wake of the tragedy, the campus is cleared out. Holiday energy has been stripped away. Some students will complete the rest of the semester remotely.
Some are not comfortable being back in Moscow until a suspect is in custody. Others are asking for in-person classes and the structure that life on campus brings.
Well over 100 law enforcement officials from the local, state, and federal level are on the ground in Moscow, working through the holiday, processing more than 1,000 tips. But investigators say they're still waiting for their big break.
Somebody somewhere has information about this case.
And Idaho Governor Brad Little says that the state is earmarked.
Well, duh. Yeah. Let's see here. I mean, somebody has to. Let's be real. It's been 10 days now. I still don't understand how there's somebody that's not putting 2 and 2 together that knows this person. For real. It just doesn't make sense. Let's see here. Again, good content right there. I'm glad to see somebody else besides Crazy Crime Chicks talking about that one too. Wow, nothing really, huh? But these are like, it still might be some overnight or in the morning. Delphi murders, how many are involved? Yeah, we already think that. We've thought that for a while. I guess we'll get into some Delphi here in a second. That is a crazy story right there, the staircase. Oh, and speaking of something, I wanted to introduce you guys because I think this dude is getting away with this, and this is a local crime. I'm glad I just remembered this. I wanted to bring this up to you guys because it's something that I want to cover in the future. It's a girl called Hannah Hill, and this took place where I'm from, and it's something that has just been, this dude's like, he was in jail, then he got out, then they were saying it was double jeopardy. Let me see here. That's 11 years ago. Let's go to this one, right? Is this Dateline 2016? Let me check a little bit about it. I just wanted to introduce this to you guys. Where's the sound? I don't hear any sound out of it. What the heck? We won't watch the whole thing.
He can't be convicted.
Even the jury fails to make things right.
The case was over, done. We didn't even get a chance to give our verdicts.
American justice was not served because they didn't get the killer.
This is the link to the video. But we'll just go into a couple minutes so you can get the idea of what.
Akron, Ohio. Once called the rubber capital of the world for the companies like Goodyear and Firestone that have made it their home. Tough times have scarred the city and hit some parts of town especially hard. In May 1999, 18-year-old Hannah Hill was living with her parents on Akron's depressed southwest side. Jennifer Edwards was her best friend.
Hannah was very, very happy about graduating high school and getting out on her own. And she couldn't wait to start college, make a life for herself.
Hannah was the only daughter of a truck driver and a housewife. Once crowned Winter Queen by high school classmates, she was now working as a secretary and had just bought herself a new car. Like any teenager, she spent a lot of time with friends.
She would just come over to my house.
And what happened is she was reported missing. Cops were called out to her vehicle that was parked on a street that had nothing to do with her car being parked on the street. The cops dismissed it, and then days later went back to the vehicle because neighbors kept reporting, why is this vehicle parked in a weird spot on a dead-end street that has nothing to do with her? And then they find her dead body in the back of the trunk. And a whole bunch of confusion behind it.
And we'd sit there and watch movies, play on the computer, talk. But on the weekends, we went out a lot.
Hill also had a boyfriend, 19-year-old Brad Oborn, with whom she had lived briefly before moving back in with her parents. Friends said they had a troubled relationship and that Oborn was at times physically abusive. Early in the evening of Wednesday, May 19th, Hill came home from work and changed into her pajamas. She planned to stay in for the night.
Hannah called me about 9 o'clock. I said, well, what are you going to do tonight? And she said, well, I'm just going to stay home and go to sleep.
But Hannah did not stay in. Instead, she made a few phone calls and got dressed again. She told her mother, Kimberly, that she was going out. It was about 10:30 p.m. Veteran reporter Keith McKnight covered the Hill story for the Akron Beacon Journal and co-authored an 8-part series on the case.
Her mother said that Hannah appeared to be disturbed. She appeared to be bothered. She left the house and said she would see her later.
When Hannah didn't come home the following morning, her parents thought she might have spent the night with a friend. But then they found out she hadn't shown up for work.
I knew something was wrong then. When nobody heard from her, Hannah just wasn't the type of person to ditch a job.
That evening, May 20th, Kimberly Hill filed a missing persons report with the Akron Police Department. The report included a description of Hannah's car, a 1996 Geo Prism. The police took no immediate action on the Hill report for reasons that remain unclear. The department declined to comment on the case for American justice. Police would later point out that people Hannah's age often left home for a few days, so they had no reason to suspect foul play. Jennifer Edwards, however, did not believe her friend would run away without telling anyone.
I probably had to page her like 20 times within the 2 days, leaving voicemails saying, if something's wrong, if something happened, when you need help, come home and we'll help you.
Concerned, Edwards spoke with several people to find out if they had seen Hill. including Hill's boyfriend, Brad Oborn.
He's like, Bert, do you know anything? Did she say anything to you? I said no.
Edward,
and he was totally clear.
Called a mutual friend.
And this is who was being charged with the crime. And the one that I was talking about was charged, released, then double jeopardy, all sorts of stuff. It's really a really crazy case.
20-year-old Denny Ross.
I said, Denny, Hannah's missing. Nobody can find her. Nobody knows where she is. Have you seen her? He said, no, I haven't seen her.
Two days after Hill's disappearance, police received a call about an abandoned Geo prison parked on Kane Road, 9 miles from where Hannah lived. An Akron police officer was dispatched and gave the car a parking ticket. Because Hill's missing persons report had not been entered into the police computer system, he did not know that it was Hannah Hill's car.
So he wasn't particularly alerted to the fact that this was the car of a missing person. It was simply a car that was parked illegally.
The next day.
I think it's from 2000. But it's been going on, the court stuff has been going on for so long, and there's so much. It's just such a crazy case. It's like, what really happened? But I just kind of wanted to introduce that case to you a little bit, just to kind of give you an idea, because it's something I would like to go over in the future. Hannah Hill. All right, so let's see here. Make sure I don't have any more new videos on this, and then we will go. I want to see that drone video. Let's see. I think we went over all these already. Yes, we did. All right. So let me get that link up. I think this is what you sent me, Kelt. Oh, so they are probing the link then. Okay, this is a different link here. Any MRI shot in left. So there's another COVID coming then, huh? Who knows? Maybe that's why. Because I'm still kind of. You can hear it in my voice. Like, I still kind of have a sniffle. I'm surprised. I'm like, damn, my immune system's usually banging. Yeah, they always said we're looking into every avenue. That's their answer for everything. They're probing a possible link between the murders and the similar case in Oregon. Travis Hooten, 26, of Silverton, was stabbed 29 times by a masked man in August 2021 inside his home. So it had nothing to do with it being a female, because it was a male. Wife was stabbed 19 times. But survived. Killer slipped into the Oregon home undetected and took nothing from the property. Exactly what took place over there. How far is this from their location? I'm interested to know that. I need to find my glasses. I think they're in my book bag. Looking into any possible connection. Unsolved double stabbing. Idaho police are probing a possible link between the brutal murders of 4 University of Idaho students and a similar case in Oregon where a husband and wife were stabbed in their beds by a crazed lunatic last year. Moscow Police Chief James Fry said they are looking at that's his answer to everything. Madison Mogan, 21. Police believe the attack was targeted, but declined to give the reasoning behind that notion. Well, it's pretty similar. I mean, it's kind of obvious, right? You're going to have to trust us on that at this point, because we're not going to release why we think that. Authorities are checking if they can link the 4 students. Okay. So this is the person that did it. 26? Oh no, that's who was stabbed to death. I'm sorry. So that's who... I like that t-shirt. Gremlins. I need a Gremlins t-shirt. Aw, I'm sorry to hear that, ATS. 6-hour drive? Thank you, Phantom. I don't know, that seems... But then again, Ted Bundy went all over the place, didn't he? So really, I guess 6 hours isn't that much. I hope she feels better, ATS. Oh, it's always so sad when a baby's got a fever. You just want to help. And they can't tell you what's wrong. Let's see. 29 times. So 6 hours, huh? In another echo of the University of Idaho murders, the killer was able to slip into the home undetected and took nothing from the property. Carried out the knife using a large military-style knife and cuts. Okay, so is that true? I mean, is it a military-style knife? I mean, I know they said it could be, but I don't know if that is 100% accurate. Okay, when for the flee, much like okay. Let's see, $50,000 reward. Wow, that's it? It's too bad we couldn't do GoFundMe's for that so we can make these awards be higher than that, because come on. But still, you should just do it out of the decency of your heart. Did it break through? Wow, they still don't know who did that one either. And that was just 2 people, but 1 survived, so that was kind of sloppy as well. So I can see where you could think that that's linked up. And really, 6 hours, you know, I guess Ted Bundy did it, so really, I'm thinking at first like 6 hours. Why would somebody drive 6 hours? But if it's not a student, I don't know. I still think what we came up with last night makes total sense. Almost 2, but I can still. Aw, yeah, they're always babies. Aw. Ah, back to painting. Say my name, say my name. All right, I'll call you out, Kelt. I'll be like, Kelt, I need you real quick, man. Put it down for a second. Chill. She hates it, Scottish. Let's see here. Unless they pressure Marion with the person, only 9 hours difference. Yeah. This lady was good too. Let's see. And then with it being a holiday, I mean, oh, here's a map of it. Wow. So, this is interesting. Buddy. Who's Buddy? Who's Buddy? Is that the dog? I didn't see a reference to Buddy somewhere. Let's see. Who's Buddy? Oh, so that's the dog. Oh, okay, the dog. The area near Pam and Jim Colbert's home where Buddy was found. What? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't think these are linked. They could be, you know, because we don't know the facts yet, but I don't know. Right now, I just don't feel like they are. I feel like that's something this person would have done a long period of time ago, whether it's months or years. Like, I know some of them took place like even this year, but I don't even think that stuff would have happened this year. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's just my feeling so far. I was 50-50 on it last night. Now I'm more like 25-75 that the animals are connected to this particular case with the 4 students. Just right now. All right. Do we have any more Idaho stuff here? Do it for now. Yeah, I know. It's gotta be scary, you know? It has to. Just knowing that there's people out there that can do that kind of stuff. I mean, really. That's some sick stuff. And to be able to do it, like, I don't know. All right. Well, I don't know how old some of these Delphi videos that I have. Did you hear about? I heard something about How you doing, BGH? I know. I heard something about some Venmo stuff, but no, I didn't really watch anybody's stuff or really get into that. It took me. I made my little short video today, and it took me like 2 hours. I was like, holy shit. I slept in and stuff, so I really didn't even. I just kind of hopped on here. Figured we'd all hang out. I honestly didn't think there'd be that many people in here tonight, just because it's Thanksgiving, and I know y'all got families and friends and stuff like that. So I was just kind of more or less hopping on just to see what's going on, and started off with this little bicycle connection thing. But yeah, if you got any knowledge on that, hit us up. What's going on with it? Anybody know about Venmo stuff? I did hear the Venmo being referenced with it. I just didn't check out any of it. Cyber sleuths look for clues in Idaho victims' Venmo accounts at Google. Decent article. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. What's it saying? Let's see. Investigation continues. Says Walmart. Yeah, what's going on with this?
Two people remain in critical condition today after a Walmart manager opened fire at employees, killing 6 others and then himself in Virginia. And
oh, Phantom, come on. We're good though, because I wasn't able to see any family this holiday, so I feel you, buddy.
law enforcement reportedly finding a manifesto now on the shooter's phone, as well as a list of potential targets.
Frickin' shit's expensive these days.
News Nation's Kelly Beeson joining us now live. Kelly, what are we learning?
Well, Natasha, we learned that the gunman had made a manifesto prior to the killings, as you mentioned. A source telling our team that manifesto described how the gunman was
Scottish Queen. Scottish Queen, you had us all worried last night. Because we knew that, you know, you went to the doctor and stuff, and we knew that you were tired, and then all of a sudden we were like, whoa. This is the first night she's not here. We were worried about you. I'm glad to hear everything's going good. Okay.
Said about a recent change in employment status, and it claims he was being harassed about it by fellow employees. Last night, the community of Chesapeake coming together to mourn the lives lost in this brutal attack.
It's just one after another. And my fear, and that's one reason why we're here tonight, is that this is now normal.
This week, the community of Chesapeake, Virginia, mourning the loss of 6 Walmart.
Yeah, they said this is like the 40-something mass shooting, right? Just this year alone. Banfield. I like Ashley Banfield a lot. Thank you, BGH. I appreciate that. I'm going to look that up for the next video. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Employees shot and killed Tuesday night. The shooter, 31-year-old Andre Bing of Chesapeake, turned the gun on himself. One store employee says Bing seemed to target the victims, adding that she survived even in the line of fire.
Got the gun pointed at me, and he looks at me, and he puts the gun up in the air. And all he says is just to go home.
Investigators say their main focus right now is learning as much as they can about the gunman, including a possible motive. Bing was a team lead on the overnight shift and had worked with the company since 2010, Walmart said. A former employee who wanted to remain anonymous telling our crews he doesn't believe Bing suffered from any kind of anger problems, adding that he never would have predicted this kind of behavior. Sometimes he could be a little hard to get along with. Some associates didn't like him, but I don't think they bullied him. I mean, from what I saw, he was a good guy, but I've heard that he had issues, and they tried to talk him through his issues. A search warrant was executed at Bing's home. A source telling our team not much of note was found. No additional weapons or ammunition. And another witness added that she believes the shooting was planned, that she heard the suspect laughing. That same witness said the shooter, quote, had issues with other managers at that Walmart. We, of course, will be waiting for a confirmed motive from police.
Yeah, people in positions of authority, I suppose, right? BGH. So someone Venmo the sister of one of Jack's 3:30 a.m. the day of the... Huh. Yeah, thanks so much for the search here. I'm going to go ahead and play this one too. Thank you, BGH. I really appreciate it.
Dozens of interviews, bags of physical evidence. Police still need the public's help to find the killer, and they're getting it, especially on social media, where crime-solving groups are popping up nightly, analyzing clues and highlighting theories. My next 2 guests see them all. Christine Cameron and Alina Smith oversee the University of Idaho Murders Case Discussion Group on Facebook, and about 13,500 people have joined and counting, and they are here.
Second, let me go ahead and rewind that so I can type that in the chat just to help them out.
On Facebook, and about 13,500. Christine Cameron and Alina Smith oversee the University of Idaho Murders Case Discussion Group on Facebook.
Wow, that's a long title. 1 second. University of Idaho. What? Let's rewind that again.
Analyzing clues and highlighting theories. My next 2 guests see them all. Christine Cameron and Alina Smith oversee the University of Idaho Murders Case Discussion Group on Facebook.
Murders Case Discussion. There we go. That way I can just kind of help them out a little bit. I ain't nobody. I'm just a minnow, but still, I like to do this, you know?
Facebook, and about 13,500 people have joined and counting, and they are here with me live. Christine, let me begin with you. You've been passionate about, solving crime since John Bonet and Madeleine McCann. So let me ask you about your group members zeroing in on Venmo and the public activity that they've been able to see between these victims and what they've been spending their money on. Can you explain what they've seen?
Yes. Hi, Ashley. Thanks for having us. You see a lot of normal transactions between friends and roommates, paying each other for pizza and coffee. We see that on November 12th at 1:59, Ethan sent Kaylee money. The caption said, "Thank you." Then at 2:10 p.m., he sent her money again with a note that says, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." But when group members looked at Ethan's Venmo, a new Jack came about. Ethan paid someone named Jack Katovich at 11:40 p.m., and that is his last Venmo transaction. Not to say there's anything wrong or suspicious, but that's just a new character that comes for people to talk about on social media. But someone went a step further in our group and did some digging. They posted that someone paid Jack's sister that day and captioned it 3:30 a.m. That time they felt was really unsettling. And Jack K was also the first person to donate to a memorial fund for Ethan in the amount of $6. And people are really reading into that a lot. Why $6? Now Jack is really just a topic of conversation and people want to hear more about it.
And a 3:30 a.m. Venmo captioned 3:30 a.m. Jack's sister. Fascinating. Alina, can you weigh in on why a lot of people in the discussion group have been focusing their
Hold on
money
one second.
Can you explain what they've seen?
I want to listen to that again.
Thanks for having us. You see a lot of normal transactions between friends and roommates, paying each other for pizza and coffee. We see that on November 12th at 1:59, Ethan sent Kaylee money. The caption said, "Thank you." Then at 2:10 p.m., he sent her money again with a note that says, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." But when group members looked at Ethan's Venmo, a new Jack came about. Ethan paid someone named Jack Katovich at 11:40 p.m., and that is his last Venmo transaction. Not to say there's, anything wrong or suspicious, but that's just a new character that comes for people to talk about on social media. But someone went a step further in our group and did some digging. They posted that someone paid Jack's sister that day and captioned it 3:30 a.m. That time they felt was really unsettling. And Jack K was also the first person to donate to a memorial fund for Ethan in the amount of $6. And people are really reading
What?
that.
Yeah, that's right, because I heard about that.
Now Jack is really just a topic of conversation and people want to hear more about it.
All right, BGH, I know that most things after a certain time of day in college was, right? Huh, that's interesting. Thank you, BGH.
And a
Appreciate
3:30
that.
a.m. Venmo caption.
Yeah.
3:30 a.m.
Thank you.
Jack's sister. Fascinating. Alina, can you weigh in on why a lot of people in the discussion group have been focusing in on the potential target as actually being Xana and Ethan, not necessarily where all the focus is on Kaylee and Maddie?
Hi, Ashley. Mostly because there's an eerily similar murder that happened in Oregon about August, and it also happened on the 13th.
Honestly, I don't know much about Venmo. I don't even use it. So I really don't know myself personally, but wow. I don't know how. I guess they are, maybe. Maybe they are public. I'm not sure. Does anybody know about Venmo like that? I'm not really sure.
And it was a man and wife couple that was attacked. The murder weapon was a knife. It happened between 2 and 3 in the morning. And they believe that Kaylee and Madison were just collateral damage, and everybody has it backwards. There's a theory that migrated from a Reddit group that someone may have just followed Xana and Ethan home from the Sigma Chi party, and they were the ones that were intended for the murders.
Christine, I have a couple seconds left, but tell me about the general
What do you guys think? I mean, I know they won't say who was targeted, but that they believe somebody was targeted. I found it kind of, I don't know. This is like when the case first came out. I remember in the very beginning, somebody saying that there was like a disagreement that took place at this party between Zaina and another female. But I have not heard anything about it since. And this was like in the very beginning. And I always found it odd that the police's timeline only had them at the party from 8 to 9. They didn't get home until later. So then it's like, well, what were they doing between that time period? If there's been a report of what they've done between when they left the party and got home, let me know. I'm not informed about that. This is very interesting. I don't either, but how they are. I know. I don't understand that, BGH. It is weird. You would think that stuff would be as personal as a banking account transaction, but I don't know. I don't mess with the Venmo stuff. Does anybody remember anything being reported about a disagreement at this party? Because it sounds to me like this lady right here in the Facebook group is saying that, and maybe I'm taking her the wrong way. I'll listen to it again, but it sounds to me like she was saying that Ethan or Zaina was, or even both of them.
Hi, Ashley. Mostly because there's an eerily similar murder that happened in Oregon about August, and it also happened on the 13th. And it was a man and wife couple that was attacked. The murder weapon was a knife. It happened between 2 and 3 in the morning. And they believe that Kaylee and Madison were just collateral damage, and everybody has it backwards. There's a theory that migrated from a Reddit group that someone may have just followed Zaina and Ethan home from the Sigma Chi party, and they were the ones that were intended for the murders.
Christine, I have a couple seconds left, but tell me about the general consensus when it comes to the surviving roommates, Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk.
So, there's two camps. Some say that they believe they believe the police when they say that they've been cleared. Others say, this delayed 911 call, the locked doors, calling friends over before they called the police, just seems way too suspicious.
What you have been doing is absolutely fascinating, ladies, and I would love to have you back next week as well, because clearly this story is not going away. And for our viewers out there, we have a link on our News Nation Facebook page to Christine and Alina's page. It's called the University of Idaho Murders Case Discussion Group. So make sure you check that out. Christine,
ours needs to be up there. Come on now.
Really appreciate it. Thank you for
watching. I mean, what a link search though, BGH. Thank you. For real. That was a damn good watch. I think the scene made them first think it was a murder or suicide. This is why they said no threat at first, but then... Right? Yeah. I think that's spot on. Because I never understood why the LE said don't worry. It's like, what? You have reports of a dude threatening people with a knife on a bicycle. Not that long before. And one had more. See, do you think it started from this party? You think that's where it started from? It says on the site, Venmo are private by default, but you can change. Okay. Wow. I'm surprised anybody would want to have that information shared. That's interesting. Thank you for the research and the knowledge. I suppose. Unless it was from one of their friends and they got paid from a news source to give them screenshots or something. I don't know. That's very interesting. Thank you so much for participating. Standoff in Spokane. I'm going to check Twitter real quick here. See what we got going on Twitter. See if there's anything popping up on that for a second here. All right. Nope, that's just mine. See what she's got. I need to find out who those people, oh, that's not her. I need to find out, oh, Dug In. That's right. I need to find out who those reporters were last night when we were watching that press conference. I need to follow them on Twitter. Some people leave their Venmo stuff. That's just crazy, ATS. It's just weird. I had not heard anything about the girl in the fight, but I heard a guy got kicked out of the party that night. Okay. Yeah, I can't remember what I seen it on. Because I watch when I try and get information, I try and watch a lot of like local news stuff and things like that to really get my information. And I thought they said something about some kind of fight taking place, but this is like the first night or two. I believe it was the night after the crime took place. I think it was the night after I heard something like that. But that's interesting. You heard something about somebody getting kicked out of the party. It's just all, I'm just surprised. It's 10 days and still no suspect. Police won't release FBI behavioral analysis unit suspect profile. Why? Like, why? Looking into a report of a camp kilometers for still, yep. And that's just old shit. That's a cute puppy. That's Utah State. All right. Let me go dig a little bit farther back into the subscriptions and see if we have any kind of news from earlier in the day. I was kind of not even in to the television at all today, so I did not see anything. Wonder if the judge even, well, I suppose the judge hasn't made a decision in the Delphi case yet about the documents, because I didn't hear that. But is there any news on that? Ooh, Law and Crime Network. I like their coverage. 8 hours ago. I'm gonna check that one out. You know what? Let's just add it to the show, and then we'll just kind of watch them all here. Is there any news on the judge about the documents being sealed or not? Because they know who did it. I had not heard of it. Who's that, Kelt? And thanks for taking a break from painting, man. I hope it's going quick for you. I hope it's going quick for you. Can't stand painting. You know, you should take a break for the day. It's Thanksgiving. Just take a break. How do you make these shorts, though? Do you have to put it in like a certain category, or is my video too long? I'm just new to that. I made that video earlier. That little bicycle theory. Wow. There's really not much that came out today then, huh? Is it just a lot of channels talking? I'm not really seeing anything. Let's see, I looked before you started, and yeah. You love painting. I like painting pictures. And once I get another webcam here, I'm gonna definitely be starting to do my acrylic oil paintings. I'm excited to do that. I can't wait. I already got a few pictures I need to do. So I'll be starting off with a few paintings already, and then if you guys want to suggest any, you're more than welcome. And if you guys ever want to paint along with me while I'm painting them, I think that'd be cool. Send me the pictures if you do, and I'll put them up at the beginning of the stream. Yeah, there's nothing. This is crazy. Maybe just because it's the holidays. But you think we would have something on Idaho at least, you know, because this is day 10. Ooh, Banfield. I like her a lot. Student paper is called the Argonaut. Oh, that's a good idea. Thank you, BGH. You write that down. Let's see. Let me spell that right. I just fucked it up. Argo. Yeah, I need to go get my glasses. Go get your glasses, man. You can't see shit. Is there for you this Thanksgiving? You know what? I need to add this to my playlist too, because that was a really good watch. Thank you again, BGH. Appreciate the knowledge, because all I want to do is get this right, you know. Let me see. I had 103 pieces of evidence. Ooh, that's going to be a good watch too. Let's see here. News Nation. All right. What is that, from 23 hours ago? All right, that's as far as I'm going to go back there. So let's go to the show. Let me see here. The big guy at food truck is named Joe, and he did interview some interesting things with him. Really? Let me write his name down as well. The guy that, excuse me, the guy that the hoodie guy was chopping it up with. Hoodie guys, he's pretty much not being suspected, right? I like this Law and Crime Network, though.
It's been nearly 3 weeks since the quadruple murders of 4 University of Idaho students shook the nation. Investigators are now clearing up rumors as the high-profile case remains unsolved.
We all want to understand why this happened and what drove someone to do this.
Investigators say they've received an outpouring of tips since the murders. One report saying victim Kaylee Gonzalez may have had a stalker.
We have heard mention that Kaylee stated she may have had a stalker. Detectives have been looking into that, and to this point have been unable to corroborate the statement, although we continue to seek information and tips regarding that report.
Mark, are the 2 surviving roommates considered suspects in the attack?
We do not believe the following individuals were involved. The 2 surviving roommates. The male seen in a grub truck video circulating on the internet. A private party who drove Kaylee and Madison home. Any of the individuals who spoke to the dispatcher on the 911 call.
In fact, investigators say they have no suspects at all.
No suspects have been named or arrested, and we continue looking for what we believe to be a fixed blade knife used in the murders.
Officials with the Moscow Police Department say victims 21-year-old Kaylee Gonzalez, 21-year-old Madison Mogan, 20-year-old Xana Carnodal, and 20-year-old Ethan Cheapin arrived to a campus home at about 1:45 a.m. on November 13th. Gonzalez and Mogan had visited a bar that night and later food truck in downtown Moscow, while Cheapin and Carnodal went to an event at Sigma Chi on campus. Hours after their arrival, at 11:58 a.m., a surviving roommate called 911 to report an unconscious person. Upon their arrival, investigators found all 4 students brutally stabbed to death, 2 on the 2nd floor and 2 more on the 3rd.
The results of autopsies indicated that the 4 were stabbed multiple times and were likely asleep during the attack. Some had defensive wounds, and there was no sign of sexual assault.
Investigators say it was a targeted attack, but will not explain why they believe that.
We don't want to put our investigation in jeopardy by releasing what we have. There's always a balance between what you're willing to release versus what you're trying to gather. We told the public very clearly from the beginning that we're looking for a knife. We've told the public very clearly from the beginning that we believe it was a targeted attack. I mean, to be honest, you're going to have to trust us on that at this point, because we're not going to release what...
Thank you again so much for the search, BGH.
Why we think that.
Investigators say more than 100 pieces of evidence were recovered at the scene, more than 4,000 photographs taken, and hundreds of hours of investigation completed. Anyone with more information about the murders is asked to report it.
Lauren Patterson is a reporter for Northwest Public Broadcasting and Spokane Public Radio. She was at today's briefing and she asked one of the more probing questions of the police. And I have to say, Lauren, I thought the answer was distressing. Thank you for being on the show. You asked about the Wi-Fi in that home, maybe police had actually tried to connect a killer's phone that may have linked up unknowingly. And the answer was absolutely perplexing. Tell me what it was they said to you and how they answered you.
Well, they started by pointing out that, yes, the FBI webpage receives social and digital media tips. It's fbi.gov/Moscow, Idaho. But these are Gen Z victims with many young friends all using technology. So, you know, footprints aren't just left on the floor of we leave digital footprints too. Every time we search online or connect to one of our friends' Wi-Fi. So hopefully there's some young tech-savvy people on the force looking into the digital aspects of this.
I mean, this is a big thing, you know. Not everybody understands that their phone might hook up to a Wi-Fi in a house where they've been before. They might not realize they hook up to a hotspot, and that would be a wealth of knowledge if the police are actually doing that. I've got some forensics experts and an FBI expert coming up and asking about that too. Let me ask you, Lauren, about the mood in that room, because those reporters have been there, many of them for 10 days, and they've been asking these questions and getting a lot of brick walls. Talk about what was happening off camera, what the reporters were all talking about amongst themselves.
I would say the last press conference was quite a bit busier. There were way more national and local reporters in the room. This time around, there were fewer people overall. I think people have left town, honestly, for the holiday weekend. And I do think the national reporters are a little more impatient maybe than those of us who are local. I live 5 minutes from the venue, so I can just go home afterwards and chill. But I think a lot of people are maybe tired of waiting around in town for something to happen. But those of us who are local, we know how to be patient. It's kind of like time passes a little slower here, you know?
I have about 20 seconds left. I got to ask you about this. They will not release that 911 call. They will not release the transcript, Lauren. Why is that?
Well, we don't know if anything on the call has anything to do with the theory that the suspects are targeted. I know it's hard sometimes because we're in the age of social media. We're used to instant gratification. We want all the details. We want to know everything. But we have to remember that if this crime is solved, eventually we are going to have all the answers. So instead of speculating, this is just going to be an exercise in patience.
Lauren Patterson, you're terrific for joining us, and I appreciate your patience in covering this story. I'd really like to have you back. Thank you for doing this.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for watching. Go to
Thank you so much for the kind words, and thank you so much for the help. We're just trying to do the right thing on here. Thank you so much for the kind words, BGH. Now, this is the link that BGH went ahead and shared here. Let me see. Let's see. Retracing the murder's footsteps, blueprints show where each Idaho student was found stabbed to death in their off-campus 3-story house with no slings taking place on the top two. Hold on. With the slings taking place on the top 2 floors while 2 surviving roommates slept downstairs. Can reveal where each of the 4 students were found. Layout plans. Let's see, floor plans of the off-campus house where 4 Idaho College students were brutally stabbed to death show where each of the 6 friends were sleeping. Wow. Wow. So they were on the top floor? Really? See, I thought... Wow. Okay. So Kaylee and Madison were found on the top floor in their beds. The young college lovers, Ethan and Zaina, were found in the front 2nd floor bedroom. I thought it was flip-flopped. That's interesting. The surviving roommates, Dylan and Bethany, who were home at the time of the slaying, slept on the 1st floor. The floor sits below grade and opens onto gravel. Wow. Thank you so much, BGH. Appreciate it. And this is similar to what Kelt sent me yesterday too, all these schematics and stuff. So they kind of threw it all together, but that's interesting. They're actually stating now who was where. So it sounds like these 2 girls didn't even know. And now I understand why that one reporter, or I don't know, Facebook group person, whatever, why she thinks it was them. So then that would make me think that the defensive wounds from one of the deceased is in this group right here. So now what I'm wondering is if they were first and then I don't know. You would think that it would. That's interesting though. They were found in their beds. So they couldn't have known. Yeah, I'm thinking that they didn't even... I'm thinking that whoever did this... Maybe they didn't know the house plan that well. But it'll be really interesting when the 911 call comes out, because I think we'll learn a little more about this situation on this 1st floor. So this is, let me see here. Let me scroll back up. No. Excuse me. Let's see. Top floor, 2nd floor. Okay. 2nd floor, so... And the bedroom... Let me see here. The bedroom... Because that's where the blood was coming out the side of the house. And what direction? I think the kitchen. Okay, sliding glass. And it was, where did we determine that was at? I thought it was this section right here where we determined that that's where the father confirmed the girl with Ethan had. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. So he probably went after the dude first, woke up the girlfriend, then her, and then went upstairs. And then slipped out this door. So, let's see here. So, if this, so they would have had to. Where's the picture of the? Let's see a second. Where's the? Second floor living area. So let me see here. Where's the stairs from the first floor? Right here? Second floor. Okay, so those go up. Where's the stairs that go down? They maybe they're in the same spot? Because yeah, they would be around. No, the stairs that come from the first floor to the second floor are right here. Okay. So what? Then stairs. Because this comes out like this is the front of the house right here. So another thing is Kaylee got a new car and was not going to be there. Yeah, she actually went back to Texas, right? And then came back up and just wanted to show off her car to her friend, right? Like honestly, she wasn't even really going to be there, I think. She just wanted to show her car off. So this is what is confusing, is because like this would be the front of the house right here. I really need to get like a circle thing around my mouse thing, or have it change color or something. But the front of the house would be here, and I know when we looked at the layout, the pictures, the stairs were right here, because the front door was here. Right here would be the front door to the, or I don't know if you call it the front or the back of the house, but that's where the gravel parking lot is. The door would be here, and then the stairs would be over here. So what I'm confused is, so when you get up to this second floor, which this is the second floor, so what does it go from stairs? No, the stairs come up. The stairs in the first floor come up this way, and then there's a door. So maybe you come around living area, and then you just kind of come back up through here, and you can go upstairs, or you can go to the second floor. So then that would mean that they would be in this room? Ethan and Zaina? Am I getting this correct? But somehow it just doesn't seem. So is this the doorway that comes from downstairs? Hold on a second. Is there any more? Is there any more pictures here? Yeah, because this is where the drip was. So that would put them in this bedroom. So, and then here's the front door. The stairs to go from the first floor go up this way. So then that's where the drip is. So this has to be the bedroom. Let me see the idea of a target. Why do all four and take such risks? Why not just go in and out and get? It seems like they went with one to the other. Yeah. So what if they're? What if Ellie isn't releasing because they already know to do that? Is that what you think, Ho? I don't understand why there's not a profile out. Unless you said the stairs were shown. Yeah, that's what I don't understand, because it's like when you look, you know, like when we were looking at the part of the house with the door in the gravel parking lot, you got the front door, which would be right here, but it does stick out some though, according to the, okay, so hold on. So maybe, okay. Okay, so maybe it's up here. Okay, here's the front door, because it does kind of go outward a little bit, right? So here's the front door. The stairs coming up would be here, and that's why there's a doorway right here. So these are the stairs from the first floor coming up, and then you come in the doorway right here. So this is what's weird with the two roommates that survived and why they thought somebody was unconscious. So you're telling me, and this would be the bedroom, right? Where Ethan and Zaina would be, because the drip is right here. Okay. So you're telling me the girls would walk through in here and maybe be standing right here and looking through the doorways and then seeing like that far away is why they thought somebody was unconscious. Hey, wake up. But if it's a party house, then wouldn't you think that somebody's just passed out drunk and not saying they're not responding, because you would just think that they're just hungover and they're not waking up from drinking too much, and why would you then call the cops? It just doesn't make sense right there. Let me see. Interview at bottom with big truck guy. Okay, big risk if they know and they are capable of. Yeah, it is they. Thank you for the search, BGH. Thank you for the schematics last night, Kelt, as well. I appreciate all your guys' information you guys send to me. It really helps us all figure out what is going on here. So there's an interview at the bottom. Ooh, hold on a second. Let's see, ideal setup for roommates. New detail. Whoa. Let's see, new details have emerged about. I'm sorry, I'm Goncalves. I know, and Mogan's last night out from Joe Vidat, a local man who saw the two co-eds out on the town and in the hours before the attack. Police had previously said that the women were partying at the Corner Club bar the night before the attack. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't there reports of like the animal stuff going on at the Corner Club bar too? Vidat was also there and said that the women were catching the attention of many of the men at the bar. A lot of guys were talking to them at the corner club. He told the Daily Mail, adding that Goncalves was visibly drunk. The taller girl with the pink on, she was glass-eyed. I audibly said, "Ooh," out loud. She was just stumbling, though. He said he left the corner club ahead of the girls and was with a neighbor who had just moved to Moscow, showing her the Grub Bus, a food truck popular with students with late-night munchies. I was just there waiting because the Grub Bus takes forever when a bunch of drunk zombies show up there. He said nothing that he was not that he was 100% sober. That's when the women showed up with a guy in the hoodie who has been the subject of much speculation among internet sleuths as a suspect. Police have not named the man, but said that he is not considered a suspect. I saw the hoodie guy show up with the two of them. The vibe I got from him is that he's super nice. He was trying to help them get home safe, Vedot said. Vedot defended the man as a dutiful chaperone who may have had amorous intentions on his mind. He was funny, he was nice, he was there to make sure they got home safe because they were super drunk. I thought he was a solid guy. Believe me when I tell you that his vibe was not bad. While they were waiting, a bunch of fraternity guys showed up. I was making fun of one of the guys who showed up at the Grub Bus in short shorts and a tank top, and it was cold. Vedot said, I said, "Relax, bro, some of us are single." That made everybody laugh, and then he made a joke. Thank you, ATS. I'll get to the chat back here in a second. He said people were just talking and chatting, waiting for their food orders. Kaylee and Madison were hanging around the truck window, hounding people who were picking up their orders. He said it was then a dark four-door sedan showed up. A guy got out and yelled, "Hurry up." Vedot said, I saw them get into the car and it looked like they just ditched him. I said, "Bro, they're leaving." He said, "What the F?" And I said, "Sorry, brother." The Grub Bus cashier had mercy on the two women and handed them food, and they took it and ran to the car. I said to the guy, "Did you just give those girls food without them paying?" He was like, "Yeah, they had to go home." Interesting. The day after news of the murders broke, Vedot realized that he had some information that police could use in the investigation, so he reached out to authorities. The only thing that I was able to do is verify the timeline and tell police that they got in the car, a dark four-door sedan. The driver of the car has also been eliminated as a suspect by police. Vedot said that the case really hit home with him. I was there, and I have a little girl, and at the end of the day, a dad's going to go through Thanksgiving without a daughter, and that really hurts, he said. Oh, that's sad. Yeah, thank you for the search, BGH. I really appreciate your help tonight too. Thank you so much. Is the video in this link? Let's see. Why would all be not responsive? Yeah, this person is in a crazy rage, but also a master criminal, dude. I don't know. I kind of don't feel that they were that masterful. If the crime scene was as messy and sloppy as they say it is, and the mom of one of the victims is saying that the dude should have cuts deep enough that would need stitches, I kind of still have the feeling like he's kind of new at it. Big risk if they know and they are capable. Yeah. See, I think that they didn't even plan on. I think 4 was not something they expected. Sorry, I'm taking a minute to get back to chat here. Sorry. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. The interview that was there, or is it just the what I just read about Joe Vedot? I thought you said maybe there was an interview in this or something. Yeah, I still don't understand how the two surviving people got to the conclusion of an unresponsive person and then called a whole bunch of friends over before police. Unless they saw the blood too and then just said, because they didn't know if they were still alive or not. I guess I could see that. You would see blood, you're afraid to go see if somebody has a pulse, and you don't know if they're alive or not, so then you would call it in as unresponsive. I guess that would make sense. He knows forward good, and he says a dad, a daughter. Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much. Wow, what an article. And then the Ashley Banfield stuff, I really appreciate that. I think I did come across a new, let me see here. I thought one popped up. Give me one moment. Yeah, thank you. That's interesting. That Joe Vidot. Oh, come on. Why is it being like this? Come on.
And there aren't very many points of entry for somebody. There are trace evidence experts, there's blood spatter experts. There's a lot of focus that needs to be made given a complicated situation like this. There are two ways of actually identifying somebody from evidence, and that's fingerprints and DNA analysis. You could very well turn up the name of somebody through this kind of procedure.
Just can't imagine how hard it would be to track down all the people who've been in and out of that house for the parties and the fun and the tenants over the years to make sure that they're eliminated from the samples that they may end up finding from the killer. Greg, let me get you in on this. Having worked on the Amanda Knox case, it's eerie. I know it's different, but again, it involved a stabbing. It was very mysterious. DNA played a huge role in it. There was a small town. The people there were very impatient to get results, and Amanda was wrongfully convicted. I'm wondering if you see any parallels or any concerns in the way this case is progressing.
Yeah, there's a lot of eerie parallels, as you said, and really we have another case in Idaho that I worked on, which is the Angie Dodge murder, and Christopher Tapp that was incarcerated 20 years wrongfully for that murder. We helped the police find the man who confessed and who matches the DNA. In both of those cases, young women killed in their bedrooms, deep gashes to the neck, and a rush to find evidence to arrest a suspect. And we had huge mistakes made. And in the Angie Dodge murder in Idaho Falls, they took DNA from over 100 people. They didn't take DNA from Mr. Drips, who lived across the street, who could see into Angie's window from his house, who had no alibi for the time he was missing. The police interviewed him. They didn't have DNA. He could have been compared originally to it. So if I had any advice to the very hardworking people there on the ground, anytime they interview somebody, take a swab. And that can just quickly eliminate them, even if they're not considered the prime suspect. The problem
so
is
incredibly critical.
Yeah. Looking for a motive might be too early for all of us. The evidence, it's in 103 samples they took. Somebody's DNA is there. I'm going to guess that the perpetrator's DNA is there, and they'll be able to ID somebody.
It's hard to stab 4 people without getting some blood on your hand, and that becomes slippery, and it is easy to cut yourself, especially when some are fighting back, as we learned from the coroner. Listen, Larry, I've only got about 45 seconds left, but the cars out front, the kids.
I did play it might have been CNN. I thought it was Fox News. It could have been CNN though. We did watch a interview with the parents right after the press conference, and we got a lot more information out of that interview. Yeah, it was about 10 minutes. Oh, the father and siblings. Yeah, we watched that one. Yeah, he was basically saying the police haven't been helping that much at all or keeping them informed. And yeah, the dad, the son, and the daughter. Yeah, you feel so sad for him.
Cars that are still left behind. I'm curious about the GPS information that might be contained in some of these newer vehicles. Wherever those kids drove to, whoever they visited prior to these killings, wouldn't you need to get those cars to a specialized garage so that you could actually take the GPS information from them to discover what the tracks were of the kids before they died?
I think that's absolutely correct. Again, we're talking evidence here. And along with the cars, there's the videotapes. They're looking for a video any place they can get it. Of course, it's not like New York City where you've got cameras on every building, so you can't escape being on video. But this in Moscow, they will try to get as much video as they can. They're going to go through the cell phones, their computers, their text messages, their communication.
And they've already solicited all of the Ring doorbell cams. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider.
There's a couple more videos in here that are new. Give me 1 second here. I'll just copy a couple of these, and then I'm going to check out this It's a Crime channel in a second. But I'm going to watch, let's see. I'm going to watch this real quick. This is a new
Thanks for
one that
joining us
just came
tonight
out.
for Crime 2 News at 6. I'm Cody Proctor. Mark and Whitney have the night off for Thanksgiving. Now, while many other people are off for today, that is not the case for dozens of detectives working through the holiday to find answers in the stabbing deaths of 4 University of Idaho students. Crime 2's Kyle Simchuk brings us the latest on the case tonight that has shaken the Moscow community.
Well, Cody, the Moscow Police Department says it has collected more than 100 pieces of evidence from the crime scene and taken 4,000 photographs. Authorities solving this case say it's their top priority, and that's why detectives are working through Thanksgiving. The Moscow Police Department says it is humbled by the outpouring of support from residents. Local elementary students wrote notes thanking police officers. At the same time, the department is being pressed for more answers, and many are wondering why the person who stabbed 4 young
Yeah, I
girls
heard that because the police were saying 145 and she kept saying 156. That stuck out to you too, huh? Yeah. I was like, huh. And you know what? I might not have played it. Maybe I watched it today. Maybe I watched it today. We went through so many videos. If anybody in chat remembers from last night, if we did watch it or not, let me know. I might, let me see, I got a few more videos to check out. Let me see here. I might get to it at the end here. But yeah, BGH, she did contradict them. They kept saying 145 and she was like, it was 156. She said it a couple times. That stuck out to me too.
has still not been caught or even identified as a suspect.
We still believe there's more information to be gathered.
Moscow Police Chief James Fry is asking the public for any tips and clues that may help bring a break in the case.
We ask anyone with any information related to what happened with these 4 who are in our community, their interaction with others, and whether they expressed concern or commented about someone or something strange, to get that information to us.
Authorities have conducted about 150 interviews and ruled out several people, including the other 2 roommates who told police they slept through the attack. It's now been 11 days since the murders. Earlier this week, Ethan Chapin became the first victim to be laid to rest. The 20-year-old was a triplet, a lifelong athlete who loved the NFL and country music. His mother says the family is grateful for the support they've received.
The Moscow Police Department, who now carry the burden every day, not only for us, but for all of the impacted families, and the many strangers across the country, Your outreach and kind words are profoundly touching.
Chapin was murdered alongside his girlfriend, Xana Kernodle, and her two roommates, Madison Mogan and Kaylee Gonsalves. Police learned that Kaylee had mentioned having a stalker in the past. Detectives say they've been unable to corroborate that statement, but are asking anyone with information about a potential stalker to contact the tip line.
We still contend that this was targeted. We cannot divulge the information of why we believe that or how that is integral to this investigation.
And more than 40 investigators from the FBI, Idaho State Police, and the Moscow Police Department have been assigned to the case. Governor Brad Little has also allocated $1 million to support the investigation. In the meantime, Moscow police are asking residents to stay vigilant and aware of their surroundings. Cody.
Kyle, thank you so much. And then next week on Wednesday, U of I is holding a candlelight vigil for the 4 victims. That vigil starts at 5 p.m. There will also be a remote option for those who can't be there in person. The Dean of Students says they'll determine an exact location early next week. We'll let you know those details as soon as we learn them. And law enforcement continues to ask the public for any tips or clues that might lead to a break in the case. Take a look at your screen right there. That is the number.
Is that why the daughter's saying 156 BGH because of a call that of the call?
For their tip line at 208-883-7180. You can also send an email to them as well. Tonight, a shed fire in Spokane Valley left 2 people with burns. Creme 2's Nathan Hyun was out at the scene today. He's joining us now with the latest on this developing news. And
all right, we're done with that one. And I think that one was pretty much the other one. So I want to take you to this channel real quick. This is a really good follow, I feel. It's a crime. So if you aren't following them, please go ahead and follow. If you just give them a try. And this is the latest timeline. We're not going to watch the whole video, but this is the channel that I'm getting this video from. I'm going to go ahead and put a link in the chat. So if you guys want to follow, you can. And we're going to go ahead and check out their video and see what they think about the timeline here.
4 university students from Idaho were brutally murdered on November 13th in the early morning hours. I've had so many requests to cover this case and also to dive into the timeline.
And I love that background there, that painting, that custom paint that they did. I like it. It looks really cool. I can't wait to start doing my painting stuff.
We're going to do that in this video, and we're going to also dive into some of the discrepancies that we've been seeing in the reports. So now, let's get into it. The 4 students who were horrifically murdered were Ethan Chapin, 20 years old, Xana Kernodle, 20 years old, Maddie Mogan, 21 years old, and Kaylee Gonsalves, 21 years old. On Saturday, November 12th, 2022, it started off like an ordinary day. At 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon, Kaylee calls her mom, and she told her mom that she wanted to celebrate her birthday, which was earlier in the week. And she said to her mom, "Mom, I'll be home on Tuesday, and I'm going to take you out to breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it's all on me, and we'll celebrate your birthday." At 3 p.m., Kaylee's mom, Christy, receives pictures from Kaylee. In the evening, between 8 and 9 p.m., Xana and Ethan, who were a couple, were at the Sigma Chi party on campus of University of Idaho. Reports say earlier that he was also attending a sorority party of his sisters. I have not found the time as to when that was. Let me know below. At 8:57 p.m., Xana posted a picture onto Instagram with a group of her friends, which appeared to be taken on the porch or the deck of her house. She says, "One lucky girl to be surrounded by these people every day." They live in the small town of Moscow, Idaho, just under 30,000 residents. Now at 10 p.m., Kaylee and Maddie, who grew up together and were very close friends, went.
I love that tie-dye shirt she's wearing too. Let's see here. So far, 2:30 p.m. Kaylee calls her mom. 3 p.m. Kaylee's mom receives pictures. 8 to 9 p.m. Ethan and Xana go to Sigma Chi party. 8:57, Zaina posts on Instagram. Okay, but isn't that supposed to be when they left the party? Yeah, just 8 to 9 p.m. So she posts right before they leave. 10 p.m. So they went to the bar, but where did Ethan and Zaina go? Maybe she'll get into that. We'll see.
To a downtown bar called the Corner Club. At midnight, Xana's dad reportedly spoke to Xana. Now at 1 a.m., two other roommates who lived with Xana, Kaylee, and Maddie were out in the Moscow community. They were separately out. But by 1 a.m., it said that they returned home. At 1:30 a.m., Kaylee and Maddie leave Corner Club Bar and they head towards a food truck called the Grub Truck, which is only about a 6-minute walk. At 1:41 a.m., Kaylee and Maddie are seen on camera ordering from this Grub Truck. You can see on camera the 6-minute walk. At 1:41 a.m., Kaylee and Maddie—
Hold on, I want to take a look at this map real quick.
Towards a food truck called the Grub Truck, which is only about—
Okay. So the Grub Truck. Sorry, I just got to write this down real quick because I'm going to take a look at my Google stuff tomorrow night here. 318 South Main Street. Okay. I just wanted to take a look at that real quick.
At 1:41 a.m., Kaylee and Maddie are seen on camera ordering from this Grub Truck. You can see on camera that Kaylee and Madison were ordering food and they were waiting for it to be ready. Kaylee and Madison were also seen there with another person who was with them at the bar, but then they split ways. He was later ruled out as any potential suspect. Maddie and Kaylee waited about 10 minutes for their food. They arrived there at 1:41 approximately, and then they left at about 1:52. Now, I did find a timestamp in the footage from Twitch, and it said 1:52 a.m. when we saw the girls leave. At 1:53, the girls did walk away in one direction, and you could see the man, the hoodie guy, as people called him, the hoodie food truck guy, he looked in a different direction and he was surprised that they walked off because somebody tapped him and he kind of went like one of these, and the girls left and they went into a different direction. Now you could see that the girls were a little tipsy in the video. Now it's reported that the girls left and then they took an Uber home. It's a 6-minute ride.
Okay, I'm just taking a look at this map real quick. And let me see here. So, sorry, I'm just soaking this in for tomorrow.
Now, here's where it's interesting because several times the officers who are doing the press releases or press conferences, they're saying that the girls got home at 1:45 and Xana and Ethan also got home at about 1:45, or they were all home at 1:45. But according to the cam, the timestamps, and Kaylee's sister, this is not true. I'm not sure why they haven't amended it, or they just want to keep it grouped on there.
Yeah, that's interesting too.
That they wouldn't fix it. Maybe that's just the details in me. Let me know what you think below. But at 1:53 a.m., I saw this timestamp on Twitch. It says there, or 1:52, you could see them. And that's the moment that you can see the girls leaving. Now, it's typically a 6-minute drive from where they were to go and to go home, but it is late at night. There might not be much traffic, and maybe it's just a little faster. So it said that they were home at about 1:56, leaving that 4 minutes to get home. And according to Kaylee's sister, she said between 1:56 a.m. and 1:59 a.m. that they got home. She did confirm it with
And that would make
video,
sense.
a ring cam, but it may just,
You know, and I also pause it because I want to respect the creator. Yeah, that's what it would make sense for them to, if they're at the food truck at 1:52 and it's a 6-minute car ride home. And if you're drunk, I really don't think you're going to blow through stop signs. You know what I mean? You're going to try and fucking not get pulled over. Especially if you're fucking drunk. So, but I could see you speeding too. Not blowing through stop signs, but I could see you speeding. So I could see how it makes more sense that it's 1:56 to 1:59. I don't know why the police aren't amending it. The Uber thing, have you heard on Uber driver? You to come so fast that you can't pay for your food, and then the food truck gives it to you there. Yeah, but this makes sense. I mean, I don't know why the police aren't amending that statement about the 1:45, because with what the sister's saying, and then with these timestamps that this amazing creator is making this video about, like, we're on day 10.
when she was interviewed, that she couldn't remember whether it was 1:56 or 1:59. The Uber driver was also ruled out. Now, half an hour.
All right. 2 other roommates arrived back home. Those are the roommates that were still alive. Kaylee and Maddie leave the corner club bar at 1:30. Kaylee and Maddie ordering at Grub Truck 1:45. Kaylee and Maddie leaves an Uber 1:52. Come on, let's correct this. You know, if you have Twitch and there's a timestamp, I don't know why they're saying 1:45. Kaylee and Maddie arrive at the home, which makes sense. Kaylee calls Jack the first of 7 calls. Okay. I bet you that's gotta... I need to go more into this timeline, but maybe they started hearing something then, and that's why they were calling. They were in bed. They were found in bed because they were trying to play like they were asleep, thinking that the person or persons that did this crime would just kind of like walk out and be like, oh, they were sleeping. Oh my gosh. I need to finish this. Just to think about it. You see here, they were not driving, though it was Uber. Yeah, no, I wasn't saying they were driving. I knew they got a ride home.
Said that at 2:26 a.m., Kaylee starts to call Jack, and that's Kaylee's ex-boyfriend.
Because it was a male that was yelling at him to hurry up.
Kaylee's sister says Kaylee calls Jack 6 times between 2:26 and 2:44 a.m. From 2:40.
But this is what I thought it was stated Uber at first, and then they came out and said it wasn't an Uber. They said it was a private party. So now it's an Uber for sure. Because I first thought they reported it in Uber at first, and then shortly after that reported that it was not an Uber. A private party. So of course I don't think the Uber, if it was an Uber driver, I don't think they would be drunk. But I was assuming it was a private party that picked him up, and it was a male that was just yelling at him to hurry up because he was just there to give him a ride home. I don't know. We got to figure that out. You know, is it an Uber driver or is it a private party? Which is it? because I could see a private party being intoxicated if it was a friend. Everybody's partying that night. But I don't see an Uber driver. If it was an Uber driver, I don't see them getting there 2 minutes earlier than what Google Maps would have said takes there. I would see them following the rules of the road, and if it takes 6 minutes to get there, I could see it takes 6 minutes to get there, or maybe even 7 or 8 if you're following the laws of the road, which I assume they would be. But if it was like a friend, a private party or a friend, I could totally see them going 60 and a 40 and blowing through yellows and stuff and getting there in 4 minutes. Yeah, that's what I thought. Uber said it wasn't them. It was, so I just assumed private party meant like one of their friends that was picking them up. Earlier, police said that the duo took an Uber ride, but then later corrected that to say the women. Yeah, that's what I thought was recorded. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
4 to 2:52, Maddie calls Jack 3 times. Then Kaylee makes a final call to him at 2:52 a.m. for a total of 7 times from Kaylee and also 3 times from Maddie. Now you gotta wonder what this phone call was all about.
Hold on 1 second.
Or to him at 2:52 a.m. for a total of 7 times to 26 and 2:44 a.m. From 2:44 to 2:52, Maddie calls Jack 3 times. Then Kaylee.
Okay, so Kaylee calls Jack the first of 7 calls at 2:26. Does that imply? Well, I know I had somebody when we were talking about that topic a few nights ago. There was other people that watch from other countries that say that they call like a service like Uber a private party, but when the police, I just figured it was because it was from a different country. But when the police came out, we were doing a show that night with that report, I thought, when they corrected it. And they didn't say it was friends, but I know that they said it wasn't an Uber and that it was a private party. So I don't know. I guess it could be a Lyft ride, or it could be some kind of taxi service or something. If it's indicated as a private party, I just assume private party was like friends, and that's why they called it a private party and wouldn't release the correct service of the ride if it was a serviced ride. Let me see here. Yeah, they haven't released who. What if they were so? That's true as well, BGH. I just don't see him being semi-ready to take out 4 people. They clearly said it wasn't a service. Okay. I heard someone say it might be something. Right. Yeah, like a volunteer program or something like that. That's true. It could be that as well. I just don't see how a hired service would get there quicker than what Google Maps says it takes you to get there. It would either take you the same amount of time or a minute or 2 longer, depending on traffic or whatever. But if you're getting there earlier than the 6 minutes, then I can totally see how it's, a friendly ride and not necessarily a service ride as in a taxi type. $10K. Is that overthinking it? Is that why you get to those conclusions? See, last call was made at 2:52, so that was 26 minutes. of calls. "26 minutes of calls." I don't see, It ain't gonna take somebody 26, unless he got really hurt, or they or she or whoever did the crime really got injured with the second floor, the first two victims. Maybe he did get hurt pretty bad and did something in the bathroom. That's why it's a sloppy scene when it comes to the crime and the evidence that was left behind. These 7 calls for 26 minutes of time are just very, I don't know, that's a long time. I'm trying to write a detective. Oh, wow, that's cool. You're thinking it was a friend, Jen K? Surely you see how much information I take. Yeah, I know. Huh. So 26 minutes from the first to the last call. That's quite a long time there.
Makes a final call to him at 2:52 a.m. for a total of 7 times from Kaylee and also 3 times from Maddie. Now you gotta wonder what this phone call was all about, or was intended to be about, because from reports it's saying that it was unanswered. I don't know if they left a message or what happens. If you know extra information about that, let me know below. Perhaps we won't know that. And Kaylee's sister is very adamant that there's nothing suspicious about Jack. He is family and he's just as devastated as they are. Now, between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., that's when police believe that these attacks happened. The cause and manner of death was homicide by stabbing. They had multiple stab wounds. It was said that the fatal wounds was to the chest or the upper body area. It was a fixed blade knife or Rambo style knife. Now, there's no signs of any SA. And it was said that likely all 4 of them believed many attacks took place. Now, however, it was also reported by Xana's dad that she had defensive wounds. And we did hear that at least one of them had the defensive wounds. The coroner said that there was a lot of blood on the wall, and we saw pictures in the news that you could see it actually dripping outside the house. This knife was said to be a 6-inch Rambo style knife. And it was also said that there was a general manager of the Moscow building supply that they said that police had come to question him whether or not that they sold these Rambo style knives, but he didn't. Also, there's reports that they're probing into a link between the knife and the Reserve Officer Training Corps. It's also called ROTC, and it is a program that's offered at the university, and it actually says it prepares young adults to become officers in the US military. So that's very interesting. Now, in my research, I also saw that there were earlier reports of a man making threats with a knife back in September. And the guy was said to be on a bike. Nobody ended up being hurt, but it was very interesting that there's somebody out there threatening with a knife. Now, let's go back to the students. All 4 of them were stabbed, as we said, multiple times. And there was signs of no forced entry, and a door was left open, it was reported, when the officers first arrived. Now, it didn't say what door, but one of the students' fathers was saying that he suspects that it was the sliding door that was left open. 2 other people who were living in the home were found alive and unharmed. Now let's talk about the crime scene, because it says the suspects couldn't have fled without blood. Forensics expert Joseph Scott Morgan, I love him, he explained how the investigators would be following the trail of blood throughout the residence and that it would get mixed up. He says, imagine, if you will, as horrible as this is, every individual that was attacked subsequent to the first one, you'll have what referred to as commingling of blood, transferring from person to person to person. It would be impossible for this individual, the suspect, to have gotten out of there without a copious amount of blood on them. He says it would be leaving little bits and pieces and breadcrumbs throughout the house. And it was said that they were killed on the 2nd floor and the 3rd floor, and reports said that Ethan and Xana were on the 2nd floor, and then the girls Maddie and Kate.
Hey, Half Pine 05, thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate you hopping in. I think that as well. Check out my short video I just made earlier today, a little 10 or 15 minute video. Let me know what you think in the chat on the video. Thanks for hopping in.
On the 3rd. Now, if we fast forward time, so the murders happened between 3 and 4 a.m. At 11:58 a.m., that's when roommates, the 2 remaining roommates, summoned friends, it said, to the house because they believed one of the victims from the 2nd floor, so that's either Xana or Ethan, from our understanding, had passed out and wasn't waking up. Now, there's some confusion about this. I'm super confused too. Let me know what you think in the comments below, because if there is so much blood everywhere and this is 9 hours later, why would there be reports that someone passed out and wasn't waking up? I mean, maybe it could be shock. It could be shock, but it is a little bit odd because they're talking about someone being unconscious and whatnot. The 911 call was made and it was requested that they needed help for an unconscious person. But reports are saying that multiple people talked with a dispatcher before police arrived. And as I said, there was no sign of forced entry. There was talk that the front door did have a code lock on it. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate too, because if people were drinking, maybe they forgot to lock the door, there could be all kinds of, issues with this. So let me know below your thoughts on this, but also if there's any extra information that you can, that you have and can glean from this, because I'd love to know. Now, about the killer. There was a guy who was interviewed. His name's Jim Clemente, and he is a retired FBI supervisory special agent and criminal behavior analysis expert. Who say that out loud? He said that he believes the suspect is like a young man.
Speaking of the former FBI experts, you'll have to watch last night's show. We kind of had 3 of the former FBI experts, 2 of them on video, 1 from an article on the web, kind of profiling, but the first 2 were great at explaining, how they felt about everything and what their experience tells them, and then kind of what we were going into. So last night is a great show when it comes to the FBI profiles and such. And I want to thank you all again for hopping in here. The great ideas, the great viewpoints, the support, the information that I'm able to display on this show. I really appreciate all your guys' help, your support and everything, really. This is why the show is what it is. And it's getting close to the end time here, so after we kind of finish watching this creator again, it's a crime. I'm going to keep leaving her link up there, so definitely go give her a follow. And then after that, we'll go ahead and end the night. I always feel like I have to end it early. It sucks. We never get into everything that we want to get into, and it's already a 3 or 4 hour show, and I wish I could make one day. Hopefully I can make it be an 8-hour show. One day, I hope. I think that'd be cool. I think we could cover everything in an 8-hour show every day. But we're going to go ahead and check out this creator. Keep watching a little bit of this video. Keep chatting in there. I'm going to keep chatting with you guys. I just wanted to say thank you real quick.
And who has not carried out such violent crimes before. So this is very fascinating to me. He said he's sloppy. This is probably more of a compulsive kind of person that would put him at a younger age and maybe in the age group or just above the victims. So they're creating this profile, obviously, about the suspect, but this is fascinating. He says, I don't think he's particularly sophisticated, criminally sophisticated, or forensically sophisticated. And he also said that this killer's decision to do such a brazen type of crime, he says, was indicative of the relationship of one or more.
And Jen, I just wanted to say that is a good theory as well. And maybe that's why they don't have anything or a person or anything like that. I mean, you guys are making some really good points in chat. So if you're watching on replay, definitely have the chat replay going up as well, because they're having a lot of good conversations in chat beyond this video.
More the victims. So when he was asked if he had suspicion that the killer knew his victims, he had a very interesting answer. He said that because the suspect entered the home in the middle of the night, he said when anybody living there could have had a gun, multiple people could confront him and attack him when he got in. That's what makes him believe that he is known to the victims. He says, unless he knew them, unless he knew one or more of them, I think that reduces the risk if he did. Or if he was stalking them and he knew that on the weekends they all got wasted and they went to bed early, or they went to bed in the early morning and they didn't get up till late afternoon because they were all wasted. He says, so if he knew their routine and knew that they were all drunk, then that again reduces the risk to the offender. So making this a more plausible crime to commit. So just the fact that he got away with it in that time. Let's have a chit chat about that below, because also it makes me think about, you know, the 4 that did get killed and the 2 that didn't. Did he not know those 2? You know, there's so many questions around it. And when he was asked if he believed the suspect was a male,
and you guys you're making a lot of great points, and all of them could be possibilities. I really appreciate all the knowledge that everybody brings. I really do. Thank you guys so much.
Said, you know, because of the defensive wounds and may have. He says they fought back. This is somebody that was able to kill more people, including a male victim. He also talked about the weapon, and he said that's more indicative of a male offender. And he says because of the time of the attack during the late night, he says early morning hours, shows that he has the freedom of movement during that time. So you get that recipe for disaster. You have the middle of the night, you have people wasted if he knew that they were drunk, and then you have a way in. And, you know, from one of the other reports, one of the other interviews, they were talking about because of the choice of weapon too, there's no sound, and because of the type of weapon and the wounds, that it would be very quick and very quiet, so to speak. This Jim Clemente also said he's not in a relationship or a job that would keep him. He said it is important to say that the killer chose the night. That was.
And Jen, maybe he was the one that got kicked out of the party. Maybe that is something you could be referencing to. Maybe that is who got kicked out. I wonder who got kicked out of the party. That would be interesting to find out, right?
Was his choice of a weapon. He says, why did he choose a knife? It's quiet. It didn't wake up the rest of the residents in the house. It could be for that reason. So he also said that the offender would be known possibly to carry a knife and might even show it off to his friends. So, I mean, hopefully he did in that aspect, because then he can get caught. People are so very afraid around there. I mean, who wouldn't be? He said the fact that he used a knife, it's graphic, but we call it, he doesn't mind wet work. He doesn't mind getting his hands dirty. He doesn't pale at the sign of blood. And imagine that, you have...
BGH, I just want to say, ever since you came in the stream the other night, it's been nothing but positive vibes. And I just want to say thank you. And I know everybody else in this community feels the same way. So I know when I say thank you, I know that everybody's saying thank you, whether they're here or not, or on the replay. Thank you so much.
4 victims, he'd be doing that 4 times. And I mean, with that amount of blood, he had to have it all over him. He said because of this, and he didn't mind the blood, it could mean that he was a hunter, a butcher, or he said anything else in that field of nature. He says he killed 4 different people this way. He didn't just sort of blanch and run after the first one. And Jim also said that the suspect would most likely have fled the area and wouldn't come back until everything calms down. But he says he may be local and he may not have shown up for work or was late afterwards, and he probably has a very significant interest in following the news of the crime. We know this just in recent news in the Delphi case, how the murder was hiding in plain sight. And I'm sure this is the same type of fear that people have, that he's right in, or she is in plain sight. According to a prosecutor, he said, that's my first thought on it. This offender did not just randomly choose this location, that he targeted one or more of the people in there. Now that could be because he has a relationship or past relationship with one or more of them, or it could be that he's been stalking one or more of them. And I also read in my research that it could have been pinpointed if one victim had more wounds or more extreme than the others if that was the target. Now, there was an expert speaking about these killings, and he was talking sometimes you need to go back 72 hours before in the timeline, because it's important, he says, because sometimes these killers actually decide up to 72 hours before. And so that needs to be looked at. So the people that have been ruled out are the 2 surviving roommates, the guy in the grub truck surveillance video we know as Jack. Also, the Uber driver was also said to be eliminated. And of course, you may have heard that there was a bunch of stuff going around, but the cops said that the online reports of victims being tied and gagged was not accurate. Now, sometime in that morning, Kaylee's mom calls Kaylee to see how her night went. She didn't get a response, and at the time, it was...
You know, I need to... Hold on a second. When did this video come out? 14 minutes ago. She just said Uber driver. No, it came out 14 minutes before the 14 minutes. She just said Uber driver, so I'm not sure. That's interesting. Yes, you all have some great theories. Oh, thank you, Half Pine 05. I appreciate that. I'm sorry you hopped in here towards the end, but definitely check out some of the other shows. Appreciate you hopping in. We'll be ending it here shortly. I'm just going to finish up this video. Definitely give It's a Crime a like. I'm curious why she just said Uber driver, though. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, Jen. I love that t-shirt and I love the background. I like that painting on the brick. That's so cool. I love artsy shit.
PM that afternoon, the university actually sent out a vandal alert notifying students of what happened and telling them to shelter in place.
And I need to find, I'm hearing different things even up till tonight about this. I need to find the news clip of what it really is, and I would love to have that for the beginning of tomorrow night's show. I would love to have the news clip where it states what it is. And when it comes to this channel's information, I've actually, other than the Uber thing, who knows? I can see how people make mistakes about when it comes to that, because it's still right now, and I'm still questioning it. But I think all this information in this video has been top notch.
And then by 2:51, it was actually lifted. Several hours later, and please confirm below and with a link or the resource, because the coroner was said to arrive several hours after the police arrived. And some sources say it was between 5 and 5:30, but the coroner just said several hours later. Now, many people who have been part of the investigation said this is the worst they've ever seen. Now, one more thing that's been brought up, but the authorities are looking into it, is there's chitter chatter about a stalker, that apparently Kaylee had mentioned that there was a stalker or some sort of report she'd been saying about a stalker. The police...
So with there being the stalker report, and they typically take up around 72 hours when they decide until when they go through with it. So that kind of leads me away from the person that got kicked out of the party, but it doesn't discount that. I would like to know who got kicked out of that party.
Police captain said, we obtained information through some of our interviews that Kaylee had made some comments about a stalker, so that's where that came from. And to date, they have not found anything from what they're saying yet, but they're looking into it.
All right, thank you for that link. I appreciate that. Yeah, we'll get into that in the beginning of the show tomorrow for sure, right off the bat. Let's try and find out who got kicked out of that party. And Half Pint, thank you for liking the video. I appreciate it. And I can't wait for you to join more and help us with this brain stew we have on this show. The stalker could have been, yeah, that could totally be possible. Yeah, it's all possible. And if they're not going to give us any kind of information or give us any kind of profile or give us any kind of anything, we all have some really good theories. And when we mix it all together in this brew pot we have, at least we can start to make sense of things. Yeah, I do too, Half Pint. I have a feeling that I just have this feeling that it's a local person. I have a feeling that they go to the school, or maybe they even recently got kicked out already. Maybe they recently got kicked out. I have a feeling it's a stalker, somebody that's newer to these crimes, somebody that wasn't expecting to have to do what they did that night. Somebody who's inexperienced, and somebody that was on a bicycle. Because they got all the evidence they could get inside the home, but to broaden the search to the parking lot and to the woods and like out and out and out, I don't know. It just seems odd. And I'm thinking it has to do with this bicycle, because I don't think they have anything outside of that particular parking lot area, behind the house area, up into the woods area. I think that's where their trail ends. And I think their trail ends there because of the bicycle. But that's just my personal theory, opinion, speculation, concept. But I really appreciate all you guys' help, because without your help, I wouldn't be able to come up with those things that I come up with. That is very true, Half Pint. I think they hung out in the back. I think they sat back. They knew about, and this is why I think the girls were left downstairs, because I think they sat back in the woods and they saw the lights of the 3rd floor and the 2nd floor. They couldn't see the lights of the 1st floor. They saw the lights of the 2nd floor and the 3rd floor. They waited until they went out. They came through the sliding glass door. They went and did the 2nd floor crime. Then they went and did the 3rd floor crime, and then slipped out the sliding door back up into the woods. And then my theory after that. I just want to thank you guys so much. I hate ending in the show, so I feel like I'm ending it early, but really, one day, 8 hours a day, one day.
The FBI has set up a special page for digital information that you can upload. As of the time of this recording, it said there was 103 pieces of evidence collected. There were 4,000 photographs. There were multiple 3D scans of the residence, and hundreds of hours by the forensic science technicians and investigators, 1,000 tips and 150 interviews. There's going to be a candlelight vigil held on Wednesday, November 30th. That's going to be live stream. I'll have that in the description box below. There'll be that, and there's also going to be another vigil at 6 p.m. Wednesday the 30th at the same time. It'll be in sync, and that has to do with University of Boise from the looks of it. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you wish to support the families of Xana, Ethan, Madison, and Kaylee, there's GoFundMe pages. I will have that in the description box below as well. And there's a memorial scholarship from the Sigma Chi Foundation. They created it in Ethan Chapin's memory, and I'll have that also in the description box below. The university is adding extra protective measures. They canceled classes last week. There's some learning options. The kids are on break right now. When they come back, there's online learning options as well. It says faculty.
I think it's like a serial killer that was kind of stalking them out. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. All right. Unfortunately, it's that part of the evening. And local. Yes. That's my exact person I'm thinking right there. And I'm not saying the Theophius or what, however you pronounce it. I'm not saying that it's the people that or person that lives in them towers, but man, is it very convenient right there. It's a very convenient spot. A bike ride right through College Town. Ain't nobody gonna notice nothing. Ain't nobody gonna notice nothing. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, last call. Yeah, I know. One day I can do an 8-hour, you know. I can focus. It'll be just like a regular 9 to 5 kind of thing. That'd be a dream. It'd be sweet. But I'm just a minnow. Maybe, BGH. Thank you so much, everybody, for the information, the knowledge, the ingredients in this brain stew, because everybody contributes. I appreciate it so much. I hope you guys have had a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family, friends, loved ones, anybody you hold close to you. Special days. And if it wasn't Thanksgiving where you're watching, well, I hope you had some good meals too. I can't wait to be back on tomorrow night. Dig into this some more. You all are helping me live out my passion. And it means a lot to me. Thank everybody so much. I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow night. Thank you so much, BGH. I really appreciate it. Oh, thank you. It's not always true crime, though. You know, we talk about some fun stuff, too. Stuff out of the box. We got Fridays and Saturdays for that. So if you have any ideas, you know, just put them. Let's get this. Ooh, speaking of, let me get this Facebook group up. We need to start a section in it. For topics that aren't true crime. It's always nice to talk about other stuff too. We gotta have some breaks, you know. We do put a lot of work and effort into this stuff that we talk about. But we need to change it up sometimes too. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow.